Well, you know.
Well,
It
what?
is what it is.
Was it just me, or was there not a wolf spider?
There was
There
not.
is no wolf slayer.
Not much of
So
one,
that
no.
everything's going to go horribly wrong.
Because
Yeah.
there is no wolf slayer. You done
Yeah.
fucked it up.
It's still there. It's
I
a
hear the
little bit
echoing
broken.
again.
Oh, for God's sake. Right, is it better now?
Someone else has to talk.
But
I can still hear sound a little bit. Well, no, fine now. That's fine now.
You don't have headphones, or
I do, but I'd really rather not use them, I have to be honest. But it's so warm, it's just going to be a nightmare. So,
suck it up, man.
Yeah, I'm wearing them.
That's what I'm doing. It's hotter here than it is where you are. And my AC's broken, so that's fun.
yeah, I have no AC in my room, although
Yeah,
it's slightly cooler.
I wish I wish I had AC.
Yeah, according to what Dean tells me, you guys just don't have AC in the UK.
Yeah, why would you need it? It never gets that hot until like the 1 week that it does. It's like, well, I can't really bother to
Yeah.
invest in AC system for like that 1 week.
That sounds
Yeah.
like it sounds like my hometown. There's no one has AC there, but where I am now, you have to have it in the summer. It's ridiculous.
I live in the San Fernando Valley. It's the one area in Southern California that gets hot and humid.
That sounds
That
disgusting.
Yeah. So it's usually about 10 degrees hotter in the valley than everywhere else in SoCal.
I'm ready when everyone else is ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Everyone else ready?
I mean, as ready as we can be for the horror that's about to be unleashed upon us.
Well, oh, ye of little faith. You know, that's what I'm going to say. So, a couple of days have gone past, have gone by, whilst you've all licked your wounds at Wolfspire. It's a wonderful place right here. Okay. And I'm literally going to hand the floor over to all of you to tell me what you will be doing in the aftermath. So the immediate aftermath is gone. Darthus was unconscious for quite some time, but he's now conscious again. He's in his rooms, being cared for. There is a very large skeleton of a dragon folded over in the center of the keep of the obsidian walls. And most of the walls have either been shot through a few times, are not there anymore, or are badly damaged. And the main keep itself is also badly damaged as well. So, the dragon is currently dead, obviously. It has no skin, has no bones, it has no skin, it has bones, and it's just lying there. If you ever played Skyrim, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's just lying there, mouth agape, soul absolutely obliterated. And the actual obsidian wolf statue is also destroyed as well. That's also been destroyed. So you can only imagine that whatever dragon escaped when you made that mistake so long ago in letting the dragon escape from the stone statue is now dead, right here, lying there on the floor. So, the next couple of days, what will you guys be doing? Just jump in whenever you want.
Okay. I'm going to ask Decimus. Decimus, what should we do with this dragon skeleton?
Well, I imagine that Dragon Bone would be, just add a character, Decimus would know, but probably assume that Dragon Bone would probably be quite useful in, building
Oh yeah, definitely.
weapons or armor. You know, it's probably quite a very solid material.
Yeah.
So between he would probably, if Darkness has been out, sort of take charge, and he'd have all I'd have all of his binding users like working on trying to get the keep into manageable position and try to gather workers and soldiers to basically pull the skeleton apart and collect the bones in some sort of orderly manner, and then just so that they can use as many as possible to create weapons and such, or armor, and then sell some of the rest so that we can afford to do the repairs and whatnot.
Though Hassan, if you're doing that, he would recommend keeping the skull and mounting it, just as a message to be like, "Yo, we can fucking kill a dragon. Don't mess with us."
I can't believe
Like, it'd be quite a large.
I can't believe no one suggested selling it. To be honest, at this point.
Well, at this point, it's more
Darth is
about a
giving
message.
financial
rather than-
advice.
I know.
Whatever next.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, maybe warn off other dragons. I think.
Or at least like
Um,
when we have foreign dignitaries or people who are looking to intimidate us in future if we live, they'll see a fucking massive dragon skull mounted on a castle and be like, well, shit.
I like Hassan's idea. Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah, it sends a
I
message.
really
To
do.
everyone. As you walk in through the front gates, you see a massive dragon skull. It's like, that's a pretty clear message.
It is a pretty fucking clear message.
Sounds good.
Yeah, other than
And
that, I would
Decimus would
recommend
definitely agree to
what
that.
Decimus says.
He just wouldn't have thought of it himself.
Though, I think, do I have anyone who owes allegiance to me harvesting the skeleton?
You certainly
Like
can do.
any of my agents?
I mean,
He's
the
a-
majority of the people working on the skeleton would be, in all honesty, the soldiers,
Hmm.
and they're mostly allegiance. Most of their allegiances to, Darthus. Oh, you know what? I forgot to actually open this book. Oops.
Well, I think is that I'll try and make some effort to have one or two of them just siphoned in my direction. The dragon bones, that is. Like, oh. So I might sort of maybe even offer one or two of the soldiers who I know sort of are desperate for money or such to pass me on the sly one or two of the bones, and I'll give them a cut of the profit from when I sell it.
Yeah, that's fine. If you want to do that, one of your agents can certainly do that. I'll make a note of it.
I'm sure that for some of the men at least anyway, I guess your reputation might swing them anyway without necessarily a promise of reward of the men that I've trained. I mean, I'd like to think that they'd all be loyal and good people, but in all honesty, they're here to fight, and
It is Batman.
so
True, but you've always got to you can't just be like, give me shit. And no one does anything.
No.
No one does anything for that, and I don't want to threaten them because that might set a bad precedent. So
Oh, okay, that's what I was
wanna
suggesting. Okay,
sweet
that's fine.
talk, sweet.
That's fine. You want to sweet talk them rather than threaten them. No, that's cool. That's fine. I was just saying, if you wanted to threaten them, I'm sure it would work. Is the thing?
I like how Darthus is giving advice as to how to trick his men without having to give up money. Like,
Yeah,
well, they're not
well.
that great.
I mean, you did just kill a dragon in front of them. Just saying.
So while these guys are messing about with the fucking dragon skeleton, I'd probably just be dealing with all the boring stuff, to be honest, Dean. Logistics, making sure all the men are safe and are being cared for, kind of the wounded and stuff, and trying to shore up the main gate as much as I can if it's been damaged, really.
You're passed out.
So yeah, once I wake up, obviously, because it's been a couple of days now, so.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. That's fine.
So, yeah, I'm going to ask someone with experience in building, like, how long will it take to repair this damage? I'm sure I would know who to ask within the keep.
Well, we've had people repair it before, so I imagine you just ask those people if they're still alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you get estimates back. It's probably going to take several months, to be honest, to repair it back to where it was. It took you that long to get up to this state, So, yeah, you're looking at about 7 months.
Okay.
And money that you currently don't have to repair it.
Well, let me see how much money I have. Is it more damage than it was before we first
No.
reinforced it? I might have the money then.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know if we have the time. That's the issue.
Yeah, if it's going to take months to repair, we probably don't have months to repair this thing.
Yeah.
You know, our enemies will sense this weakness and strike now. You know, I'm not going to dilly-dally
agree.
and wait a couple months while we rebuild our fortress.
Well, Decimus, you remember the vision that you had last time? Right before the end of the session. Right before everything went and the dragon exploded. It was a vision of, if I'm not mistaken, a vision of Gormal Creddock going towards a ruin in the north, or a chasm in the north.
Yes. Yes. Right.
So that's still ringing in your ears. You basically know where he is.
Yeah. Decimus's plan is to like wait till everyone's on their like slightly on their feet. I mean, he's not gonna wait till the wall starts built, but he doesn't want gaping holes in the wall as much as possible.
Yeah.
And and he's definitely gonna put forward have the skull mounted over the Great Hall. But as soon as Decimus or Darthus seems capable of functioning well, and I don't have to worry about him healing over, then I'll probably start bringing this up with
What
people.
the fuck is that?
I don't know. I heard it
Yeah,
too.
Dunno.
Someone's mic
Okay.
popping.
Oh yeah, sorry. I think I just banged something and my microphone was shaking.
Oh.
So
Oh, okay.
sorry about that.
That's right.
Okay, so, yeah, well, we can stop talking about this fucking dragon score now. It's there, and yeah, we're going to mount it somewhere in this ruined keep that you have. Yes, we're going to. But we need to find out what you're going to be doing this session.
Yeah, as soon as once Darthus is kind of in a like I said a stable position, then I'm gonna gather everybody in the war room.
Yeah, I was gonna say meeting time would be good.
But kind of giving everybody as much time to sort of recover a little bit
Yeah.
as possible before we jump into the next issue.
I'm good. I think the only one who had to recover is Darthus. Well, of the player characters at least. So.
Fair enough.
Alright, I guess we're meeting.
And I just checking if Darthus or Son would be doing anything other in the time.
I
to
mean,
recover.
I've said the stuff that I would be if I was conscious, so it depends whether I'm conscious or not, really. Like, I can't tell you when I wake up, if that makes sense.
Oh no! You woke up a few days ago.
Okay.
Like a day after all this has happened. You're walking around now. You're a bit fragile, but apart from that, you're walking around.
No, that's fine. I guess it'd take me sort of a couple of days to get fully set up and things, but by that time, you guys have done everything that you want to anyway. So I'm happy to just fast forward until we meet, unless anyone has anything else they want to do.
I'm good with that too.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so Dee, I don't know, do you want to do a thing with Bastion now, or
Yes, let's do that now. So, Hassan,
yes?
Bastion is in the keep, as you had him brought to you last session. But we didn't get to fully explore your relationship with him. But he's still in the keep. He's alive, and you made inquiries about him after the battle just to make sure that he was alive, and he is. So yeah, he stands at your pleasure. He's in the guest quarters and seems to be keeping himself to himself.
Well, I'll have him meet me in my tower, in the bottom floor meeting area. Waiting for his arrival.
Okay. So he arrives and gives a stiff knock at the door.
To enter.
Okay. So he opens up, and what does he see on the first floor of the Tower of Whispers? You had a while now to make sure this is all just as you want it.
The problem is I
obviously-
haven't had. money to furnish it, so it's probably still as Spartan as it was when we first set up.
Yeah.
So it's probably just like literally a desk, some like wooden chairs, arrayed for people to sit on, discuss, and like a table with maybe like a bottle of wine on it, but pretty Spartan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that? Okay. So, he's going to come in and say, so... Excitement seems to follow you around, doesn't it?
They seem to be a fan of mine, for sure. I'll sort of beckon him to a seat.
Yeah, he'll sit down. He'll sit down.
I'll sort of sit down opposite him. So, I hope the journey over treated you well.
Yeah. He says it was fine. It was good. I'm very surprised at the company you keep. I'm very surprised at the current situation.
Well, means to an end, Bastian. Means to an end.
He says, well, I suppose, but if those means to an ends get killed one more time, I'm going to have to leave.
Yeah, indeed. Yes, the dragon was obviously not part of the plan. I sort of like turn to sort of like look around, like, yeah, I hear motion by events that this party went through before I arrived, so not really much I could do, unfortunately. But
He nods and says, so what would you have of me? Why am I still here?
because I need your help, Bastian, as we are both distinctly aware by the fact we're sat in this godforsaken room, I have been ousted, and I still do not know who or why. I have rumors, hearsay, but nothing concrete. So, A, do you know anything that I don't know? And B, do we have anyone left? Anyone loyal?
He says, in short, no. Long story though. I do happen to have a list on my person of former agents of ours, their aliases, and where they would go to ground if they needed to, should the worst occur.
Well, sounds like a start, at least. If we're going to retake the shadows, we're going to need a power base with which to launch our offensive. So, get in contact. See who you can gather.
And what's in this for me? Now, let's not forget that your power died when the shadows went away. What is in this for me? Why should I risk my neck?
Well, let's just say that if we succeed in our little venture, it'll certainly be very lucrative. And we won't have to worry about the damned Lotus anymore. I'm sure you'd be happy about that.
He said, that would be a plus, but you do seem to keep them in your company. And he gives you like a knowing look.
Like, again, means to an end.
He says, I understand. Well, give me a few days. I'll get the list and I'll make further inquiries.
Good. And I know I don't have to tell you this to keep us.
He says, I appreciate that, but I may need to use your rookeries from time to time to send my messages.
It's fine. I just don't want any of the others hearing about this.
He says,
Don't want them thinking I'm using their power base for ulterior motives.
He says, don't worry about me. I'm the very soul of caution. And like nods his head and leaves the room. And you know from experience that's kind of true. You know, he checks and double checks everything. So he's one of your most trusted men back in the day.
Yeah, I feel like I was just like, it's at that point where it's like you tell someone who you know is going to do the job well, to do it well, just to like fuck with them a little.
Yeah.
Joke. Like,
Yeah.
don't fuck it up, even though you know there's no way they're going to.
Yeah. No, I get that. Okay, so that's that. You do receive a message after that. Messenger after that, asking you to come to the war room. Up a flight of stairs and just across the hallway there.
Yeah, I'll answer the summons. Go to
Cool.
the war room.
So you head to the war room. In there we have Darthus is already there, Decimus and Saya. Saya is just sitting on the table, like with her fingers steepled before her. Like just sitting on the table, like her forearms are on her thighs. Just Decimus is sitting upright in a chair, playing with it idly with the chess piece, and Darthus is just like rubbing his temples, with, like his elbows on the table when as he's sitting down.
Well, I'll sort of like take a seat.
Okay. As you pull the seat out, it makes a really loud screeching noise, and everyone just like stops what they're doing and just looks at you.
Hassan does not care less, so he's just going to continue and sit down.
Purposely doing it slowly.
It goes.
I feel like
Yeah.
after everyone knocks, he would purposely do it slightly slower.
Yeah.
If you can't get away with it, might as well make it work for you, right?
Yeah. So they're all looking at you with daggers now, but the petty looks, they're not really, they're not being serious.
I'm just going to say to you, Hassan, so glad that you could join us, Hassan. Have you been otherwise engaged?
Well, I've been busy, spy mastering.
That's true. You do good work for us. And I suppose this one caught us by surprise a little bit. But yeah, it's probably time that we discussed what happened out there a few days ago.
Yes. Thankfully, you somehow managed to kill the dragon, which I have to say is a new one for me.
Well, it's new for me too, and I have to say, without Sarpedon's help, and I can't even believe I'm saying something like that, but without his help, I wouldn't have been able to do it. And,
Sarpedon, as in the deceased emperor of the empire. Sarpedon.
Yes, I know how it sounds, but I understand that you've had some dealings with ghosts and that sort of like before. Does that sound right?
He's just gonna be like, So you communed with the dead spirit of Sarpedon, correct?
Well,
enabled you to kill the dragon, correct?
Well, the communion was more done from his side, but yes, in a manner of speaking, we had a discussion about what needed to be done, and then he granted me powers that I never thought were possible, especially from beyond the grave. But I think I haven't really sensed his presence since, and he hasn't spoken to me, so I don't know. It might have been him. It might not have been, but I'm glad that it was there, whatever it was.
And you still have these powers?
Not that I can feel, and tell me otherwise, Dean, if you think I do. But I don't think I would have felt anything.
No, you don't feel anything. You feel more vibrant than you used to, and you feel like you could that you've recovered very, very quickly from a trauma that should have killed you. Aside from that, no, you don't feel very much different at all.
Well, I'm a pretty vibrant person, so that's fair enough. So I'll just turn to you and say, well, it seems that I've recovered in quick order, but other than that, no, nothing at all, and haven't heard anything from him either, or whatever it was.
That's
Decimus,
a shame.
do you have any idea what it might have been? Did you feel anything during our battle? I know a lot was going on, and you were trying to protect the rest of them. So,
just as near as I can figure, seems like you did a bit of chat. Sarpedon was fighting through you a bit, but that's not why I called you out here.
I see.
He's kind of been like, as you guys have been chatting, he's kind of gathering himself up to this, like almost half listening, and then he's going to sort of launch into explanation of the vision he's had, and what God, what's his name? I've got it written down.
Go on,
Craddock.
Yeah, Craddock's trying to do.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
while,
yeah. You see him going toward. You say you talk to them about the vision of him going towards a great chasm in the north.
Well, it seems like it's one bloody bad thing to another for us. I thought this might be the end of it. I thought we might have time to regroup and collect ourselves after that. I mean, there's a dragon skeleton lying in our bloody courtyard. But
At this point, I interject and say, the builders are telling me that it's going to take months to repair the damage, and I don't know that we have that time.
no, I think you're right. We just don't have that kind of time.
Definitely not.
I know we've got another thing to deal with. Was your vision current, Decimus? Do you know whether this was, a foresight, or is Gormor Craddock there now?
I believe he said if he's not there already, he will be shortly.
Okay.
Let's see.
It seems like we don't have much of a choice. I have to be honest.
What are we supposed to do? He almost killed Decimus. The way he moved was not human.
Yeah, it's a shame you don't still have Sarpedon's powers. Would certainly have made the next task a lot easier.
Well, if I would, I could. But unfortunately, Sarpedon doesn't seem to be around all that much now.
What a fucking darkest thing to say. I would if I could.
Well, we're gonna have to come up with some sort of plan. Kill this guy. Can't just go running in there all gun-ho.
Nor can we wait before we head out to intercept him.
Wait until he finds whatever it is in that chasm. I mean, it can't be good. You can't be looking for dandelions down there.
Dandelions, really. So I'll just chuckle at that.
Well,
We don't get out there soon. We don't know that we'll ever be able to stop him.
we also don't know how far he's gone. Maybe we could beat him to whatever he's looking for.
That's true. Your vision might be, it might be current. It might be a day. It might be a week away, and perhaps we can beat him to it.
Though
If
we
we're quick.
should be prepared to run into him regardless.
Yes, well, I don't really have much for you on that front. I don't think weight of men will do any good against Craddock. We need something different, something new.
It was enough for him to retreat last time.
It's enough for him to retreat from what he must have assumed would just be a quick ambush, wiping us off the face of the earth.
Perhaps, but I think taking enough men north to, dissuade him from attacking us would, one, attract attention and, through the center of the region, and leave us exposed as well. So perhaps it might not be the best idea.
Yeah, now might be a good time to go over army losses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I currently do not have the document.
Oh.
I know how many you've lost.
Do you want me to open it?
Yes, please. Can you tell me how many men you've had
Uh,
last time?
Yeah, I've got a rough idea.
All right. So, as of June. Hold on. Did we acquire anyone last time? I don't think we
No.
did. So,
No.
as of, let's see. Where the hell
It'll be the same as the last thing I sent you.
did it go? Yeah,
I mean,
I'm looking
did
at
we
it.
did we keep all the men who were training in the field?
Oh, here we are.
When we were on the way back.
Yes.
21,600 total
Oh, okay.
is what we had in the last document.
How many of them were away from the?
Is that minus losses?
No, it's not minus losses yet.
Oh, okay. Because Cassar's got 150,000. I don't know how many of those he's.
Oh yeah. Those are definitely
Well,
with you.
Kassar's people aren't included in this number, though, because it breaks
No.
it down.
Okay. Cool.
So it includes the Raidmirians, the Knights of the Raven, Asunder Warriors, Valenrethian Knights, and Black Snake Mercenaries.
Okay.
Of which there's one less now. Sorry.
Shut up.
You're a terrible person.
So you also have the Forsaken Sons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So-
Speaking of which, I'm gonna ask Gaijin if see if he knows anything about this guy that can help us.
So we've got 1 second. 400 Forsaken Sons. You replace Sejanus, who is dead.
Yeah.
No one. And you replace Shakan, who is also dead. With Gaijin. Cool. What was your question? Sorry?
Oh, I want to talk to Gaijin and see if he has any idea of how to approach this, or if he knows anything about Kredok that would help.
He doesn't. Like, he
Okay.
idly, he says no. Like, he doesn't know anything about Golden Craddock. He says he stays away from politics. And if anything, he fights the Asunder. He doesn't learn of them. Like, he's been fighting the Asunder for quite a while
Right.
now.
Okay, what about, like, tactical advice? Because he saw the dude in action last time. Actually, no, he showed
He
up
offers to
after. Sorry,
he
go
offers
ahead.
to screen you on the way there. It says once you get there, he'll have too many men to storm any sort of chasm, so he'll have to wait for you to come in again.
Mm-hmm.
He's offered to screen your avenue of approach, so it's not going to be too ostentatious that it's ridiculously, here we are, attack us. But also, if anyone stumbles across you, they will think twice when they see the banners of the Forsaken Sons on either side of you, even if it's a couple of miles away. And
Okay.
the only thing is that if Cormac Craddock is ahead of you, he will most likely see that you have an armed escort. So he's more likely to know that you're coming if you take any sort of armed escort in the hundreds that he's offering.
Yeah, but if we don't take anyone, it's just us. He'll kill us all. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. And I'm telling this to all of you.
Oh, by the way, you have 7,000 less men. So that is 14,000. Yeah, 14,600. 14,600.
Did you say we lost 7,000 men?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 12,000.
That's a bit of a bite.
2,000.
Yeah, that's like a third of what we had.
Cool.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, yeah, against my better nature, as you guys may well know, I think we should go stealthy on this one. But obviously, we don't have enough power to take on Kredok. But I think letting him know we're there is just the worst thing that we can do. I think.
If we're going to do that, we need to do it now.
Yep.
That's what I suggest. I think. See if we can find some answers on the road, perhaps.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Hassan's just sort of staying quiet for now. He's like not really sure what to do. Doesn't want to really die. So
You
feels
can't
like
just
marching
come with us,
against Kradok is basically death. So
I think Darth has kind of accepted, not accepted that, but he's prepared for that eventuality. If that makes sense. There isn't really an option left.
Decimus is just kind of staring at the map, trying to like just, intensely, like trying to figure out what the hell, they're getting themselves into.
Yeah. Anyone else?
After a minute, Desmond's gonna turn to everyone. It's like, whatever he's doing there, we can't let him have it. You know, I think you know, our best bet for now is to, if we can get there quietly, find out what he's doing, and sabotage it, we might be able to. We just might be able to get out of this.
I agree. I mean, we don't necessarily have to engage Craddock. All we have to do is beat him to his objective and stop him from attaining it, whatever that might be. And the best way to do that might not to be taking hundreds of an armed escort with us. I understand that if we run into Craddock, we might have a bit of trouble, but I'm sure we can handle ourselves, at least enough to get away from him.
Yes, sounds like a plan that might work. If we, at the very least, we delay what he's doing, so we can try and figure out a way of defeating him for real.
I agree. Sire? What are you thinking?
Well, if we're doing that, we should leave as soon as possible.
Very well then. I think I'll just look around the room at the other three and then leave and head down to the stables to ready my horse. I think as much as I can.
No, if they do have, I'm sure we still have some grooms left that would do that.
I know, but I want to. I want to. It's,
Are you going to talk to him?
I'm not going to talk to him.
That's the real reason. Oh,
No.
okay.
No, I'm not. No. That's
Pretty
not.
sure it is. He's
I
lying
do
to
not
us.
seek my counsel with a horse, unfortunately. I wish I did, but no. It's more like I don't know, riding off to your death kind of tradition thing, I guess, in Darthus' mind. Like he's just preparing himself, if that makes sense. So. Okay.
Curious how often he rides to his death, but he's had it's a tradition.
Yeah, well, we get into a bit of trouble, don't we, every now and again?
Yes, we do.
I'm actually feeling nervous about this in real life. So, thank you.
That's good.
Oh yeah, no, we're totally gonna die.
Okay, so
One thing before Decimus leaves, he's gonna call Elise up to the war room.
okay.
Oh.
Did you
Okay.
guys stop?
Okay.
Jesus
Do
Christ!
you want us to leave you alone?
Yeah.
Some,
I mean,
one-on-one time.
Asher and I have already
Yeah.
been in
Where the fuck
here,
is
so
Grace?
As soon
just
as
following the trend.
As soon as she goes, I'm like, all right, well, I have preparations to make. I must be doing that now, and I leave as soon as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you leave, Sire, you're walking down the steps towards the keep
Yeah.
of the outside, and you see Asher there, and she's walking very unsteadily, and she looks very pale.
Are
She looks
Are
ill.
you all right?
She says, I'm fine, just a bit ill in the morning, that's all.
Kind of raise my eyebrow.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
you might want to speak with Darthus
Why?
because he'll tell you we're probably having to leave soon.
Oh, okay.
Was she about to say
What?
something else before that? I'll ask her that. Were you about to say something else?
No, just no.
Okay.
She's like, you don't have any bananas, do you?
Do we?
No, probably not.
No. I think we have some other fruit in the
I've got
pantry.
a really weird craving for bananas. I've never liked bananas, but I've got really weird craving for them right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of putting things together now.
Anyway,
Yeah,
she says,
you're gonna really want to talk to Darthus then.
why? Why are you saying? Are you trying to insinuate something?
No?
It's fine. Just. I'm sorry. Just been a tough couple of weeks, and with the dragon thing, and I don't know. My head's just feeling all over the place right now. You need to ask Hassan if he's got any ice cream, and as he like walks off.
Is there ice cream in this world?
Hassan has tons of fucking ice cream and chocolate. It's Hassan we're talking about.
Okay.
It's true. He is a man of some indulgences.
Oh yeah.
Some
His
indulgence.
cellar's just wine, ice cream, and just chocolate gatto, just fucking everywhere. So, so yeah, he walks off, and now we can go back into the room. So, Decimus.
So, as Elise comes in, Decimus is just kind of staring at the maps, just kind of a little lost in thought for a minute, and then he eventually like kind of notices she's there, and it's like kind of gestures her towards a seat, and I go sits down across the table from her.
Okay, she sits down, kind of uncomfortable.
Um, Elise, you were my first student, and you've learned. Well, you've done incredible. You've made incredible jumps in your ability. So you may be one of the most. You may be one of the most talented binding user this generation will see.
She just looks at you and says, "But
We are going off to fight Garmal Creddock. We have to stop him, whatever he's doing. We don't have a choice in this. If we don't, if he's allowed to go unhindered, it's there's no telling what might happen. Not just us, but to the world.
he nods."
There's a chance that we may not return.
She looks a bit
If
shocked.
none of us return, then yeah, even if some of us may, others might not. And to that end, while I am gone, and in the event I do not return, you will be the master of binding of the Wolf Spire.
She looks shocked and she's like, I'll take the job, but you're coming back. Don't worry." He nods ahead.
I kind of smile. It's like I absolutely intend to. Your training's not quite finished yet. But and then he's gonna like kind of the smell's gonna fade, and he's gonna look at her. The people of the Wolf Spire, and he's gonna kind of look towards the door. Saya, Darthus, and even Hassan. They're very capable, but they do need guidance, as I'm sure you've seen.
She says, "Yes, I'm sure."
So just remember what. Yeah. When I return, I might have you join us for a few more meetings so that you can really see. In any case, just bear your responsibilities well, and I will return as soon as I can.
He says, "I will. And thank you." And so he stands up and goes to leave.
I'm just gonna kind of nod and return to the map.
I have a couple things I want to do before we go, whenever you get to me.
Yeah, and that's that.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so I'm going to find Gaijin.
Okay.
And I'm going to say...
He's in the central training area, and his men have like carved out like a training area, and they're having like sparring sessions. So most of them are topless, so there's quite a few like washerwomen and serving girls and things there, just like giggling and watching this group of dudes.
Yeah.
It's basically it's like watching Top Gun but with balls.
Okay.
So it's the Top Gun volleyball scene but with balls. So they're all like proper manly and there's no
So they're actually playing volleyball then?
No, they're knocking 7 shades of shit at you. Sure, that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
With balls.
Yeah, no one seems to get the better of Gaijin, but he doesn't really attack. He just fends them off and talks to them as they're trying to attack him.
Yeah.
Whereas Kanos Pathmain just like shoving people into the ground and just like murdering, figuratively speaking.
That seems
Does
to
he
be what
keep
they're good
checking his
at.
watch?
Yes.
As if he's got a very special appointment.
Yes.
So I've just
saying,
recently
sir?
watched. I just recently rewatched Top Gun because Natalie had never seen it before, and I had to fix that.
Yeah, you did. That is true.
Yes. Tom says that with some venom in his voice.
I
That
mean,
is true.
I mean,
it's a classic film. How
I
can you
just-
not
He's
really
right, you know.
I just watched it for the first time within the last year, so.
Jesus Christ, people.
So Saya, what were you going to be doing?
Yeah. So, whenever he's done beating the shit out of some dude, I'm just gonna say, can I ask you something?
He stops, and like as soon as you say that, like the guy comes in for a lunge and he sidesteps him, trips, turns around and says, "Yeah, what is it?" And you can see him like because he's giving you attention, like a lot of the old washerwomen around him are like giving you like fucking daggers, like they're just like, staring at you like you're a piece of shit.
Alright, well just let me know when you're done with this.
He says, I'm done, and he just like throws his sword to another one of his guys and comes over.
Oh, okay. Can like people hear us and stuff? Or
If you motion for him to go somewhere private, he will.
okay. Well, not like super secluded, but like away from the crowd of people.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to tell him our plan is to leave as soon as possible and try to head off Kredok. If I don't come back, will you look out for my apprentices for me? I have some money that I can leave for you.
So it's the crazy chick and her friends.
You could
The
call
ones,
them that.
like-
They're very
Not
useful.
wrong.
He doesn't say chick, he says, the crazy woman and her friend. Okay. And then he says, I'm sure they do. Look, if you don't come back, I'll take him into the company, but they don't stay here. We're a traveling band. That's what we do. We make money by fighting.
That's
They'll
fine.
earn their keep, but they'll be safe.
That's fine. I just want to make sure that they're in good hands.
He says, well, you talked over my plan, haven't you? We'll be coming with you all the way to the chasm. Or did you decide something else?
We're going alone. And
Yes.
leaving as soon as we can.
He nods and says, bold move. Kanos won't be happy, but luckily for you, it's not him who makes the decisions. And he gives you like a wink. He says, right, well, be safe. We'll catch a drink when you get back. And he gives you like a short bow and then
Okay.
walks off.
Alright, so then I'm going to find my apprentices after that.
Yeah, that's cool. They're all in your rooms.
Okay, I'm gonna tell them. Alright, we have to go find Kredok. We're leaving soon, but, here. And I just pop this big stack of comics on the table in front of Duro. And then I pull out one of my old knives. One of my old knives and hand it to Besha. So I'll give her the backbite ripper. It's my best knife that I'm not currently using.
Mm-hmm.
And I will give Hellas my armor that I'm no longer using. And then I will give Jingham my alchemy equipment.
Cool. So they're like, wow, this is awesome. And then when you see Basher just like literally goes down to her knees as she holds the knife, going, ah! It's like screaming like at the top of her lungs, like she literally just met the Beatles in the '60s. Like she's just going crazy.
Yeah. So I'll be back for that stuff, but you guys can hold on to it for now.
Yeah, they'll nod their thanks, and Basher just continues screaming.
Yeah, and then I'll just write a quick note saying that if, anything should happen to me, that, what's his name? Gaijin gets 10,000 of my gold, and the rest of it is split between my apprentices.
Okay. Cool.
So, yep, that's all I want to do.
Cool. So that's that. Is everyone ready to go?
Yes.
Thing is, you don't know where you're going yet. That's another thing that we haven't discussed.
Oh yeah, I also made potions. Can I say that I made potions?
Yes.
Alright. And
Yeah,
I
so
will
does that-
give 2 potions to each person. So each of you add 2 potions. It's 10 vitality points on consumption.
More than half of mine.
Me too.
Fine.
Or it's almost half of mine.
Right. Okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Well, Hassan would just like to liaise with Bastion again, just to let him know that I'm leaving,
Mm-hmm.
and I will be coming back. None of this. We might not be coming back nonsense. Like Hassan's like, look, it's dangerous, but I'm coming back. But
Okay.
I sort of like look around and like things might not work out so well for everyone else here. So I think if we're going to reassemble our power base, we're doing it outside the castle. Like say the nearby settlement, Saga. Gather anyone and everyone there. When I get back, get in touch.
He says, "Oh, I've heard of a good place to keep people. If you want to do that, it's a place called Ashkeep down the coast, but it seems to be having problems lately. So I'll convene everyone that we have in Saga, and then we can go to Ashkeep perhaps and maybe find a new home
Yes. Well,
when you return,
as
of
it's-
course."
yes, definitely. But keep it outside the Wolfspire. Things may go south rapidly.
They always do. He spends his arms.
Yes, you know me too well. If everything was going right, life would be boring. And then he also flash a smile and just gather his crossbow and such,
Yeah.
and then
And as you walk off, he shouts and goes, "Peaceful! Life would be peaceful!" And you just like wave him off. Alright. So you're back in the war room, all of you. Just getting ready to go, just meeting up. And Shogo is there with the map of the region. And he says, "So I've heard one of you had a vision. I wish that would stop happening. You always seem to lead to trouble.
So do we, my friend. So do we.
Where do you think you're going to end up going, just so I know when to send pick you up? All your bodies."
Well, Decimus? Any thoughts?
No,
North is all we
Decimus, right up until they leave, Decimus is trying to like look at the map and try to figure out as best they can exactly where we're going to end up. I don't know how successful I've been
Okay.
figuring
Roll an intelligence check, please, with a minus 30.
out what the hell is that thing's been weird. And my intelligence is 4.
Okay. So you're fairly certain that it's in this side of the map.
Okay. Wonderful.
Well, judging by our travels, I'm pretty sure, and I saw him digging. I'm pretty. My best bet it's going to be in the Venka Mountains.
So much for heading him off.
Yeah.
Oh, you know.
We might get there before he enters the pass. Never know. But yes.
I was kind of hoping we had more to go off of than that.
So was I.
He wouldn't just kind of say it's sort of vaguely in this general direction, because he doesn't want to have our people be like, what the hell are you doing? He's gonna say, we head for the Venka Mountains.
Yeah, but the Vector Mountains are, a shitload of mountains. It's like there's no
Yeah,
specific mountain
That's like
you wanted
saying,
to go to.
That's like saying I'm heading for the Sierra Nevada mountains, like from
I know that,
Northern California.
he's trying. He's not sure exactly what he's doing, and he's hoping that as he's going, either he'll see more visions or that we'll see signs of his movement. But he's not like letting you all like he's not gonna act like I have no idea where we're going in front of the troops. He's basically trying to sound like
Okay. Are you trying to play it as though you don't want everyone to know specifically where we're going? Is that the sort of thing?
that's kind of how he's gonna sound like
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to roll to see if I can perceive that, Dean. That's
Okay.
right. Probably not. No, for me.
Sit down, Darkus.
Why not? I'll sit down. Sit down.
Perceptive of a social situation. Like, what is this madness?
Calm down. So you were saying, Dismas?
He's just so confused by the situation that he just sits down.
Yeah, he's like, he stands up.
I'm standing
for
some reason.
Yeah, you think like he has something to say, and he looks very thoughtful, and he goes, "Nope, it's gone," and sits back down again.
Yeah.
And you
Sounds
think,
right.
this is our leader, ladies and gentlemen. So,
I feel like Hassan
Fearless
wouldn't need to
leader.
roll to realize that this is all bullshit. Because
Yeah.
no one just goes, "Oh yeah, we're going to these mountains."
Well, I mean, basically, you've heard about, you guys have heard the extent of the vision, and I didn't hold anything back when we were in the war room, but at this point, Decimus is trying to look a bit more. I mean, for the people, for Hassan, because he's so experienced and kind of like spying and counter spying and everything, you can see that he's very concerned, but he's trying to look like he's got some sort of measure of control over the situation. And Saya and Saya has spent enough time with Decimus and seen him in enough positions where he has no idea where the fuck he's going that she could probably get that same feeling. Like he's trying to not say trying to not show everybody that they're basically just running off and hoping for the best.
The thing is, I don't have to know someone. Like, if we knew exactly where we were going, you would just say exactly where we were going. The fact that you're being vague
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
implies to me that you don't know where we're going.
I'm not
gonna
gonna
bring it up.
call you out in front of everyone, but once they're gone, a different story.
Yeah.
Sounds like, right, well, we get walking. There's a lot of mountains to cover. He sort of looks at he sort of looks in Decimus's direction.
Decimus isn't going to say anything. He's his mind is otherwise occupied.
Dean, is it cold up there in those mountains? What's the climate like?
Any mountains are cold, but these ones at the very peak, at the very, very, very peak, they are very cold. Yes, but everywhere else, arid Mongolian-style mountains, so they can be cold, yes. But during the summer months, which these are now the summer months, it's very arid and very rocky, very treacherous. There are things like giant scorpions around. And
Oh, God.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought that picture was just emphasizing the kind of background to us. I don't know. Remember that one all that time ago? Where there was a giant scorpion. We were like, no, it's fine. There's no giant scorpions.
Well,
It just happens to be in the picture. But no.
I mean, there was a dragon.
There was a dragon. It's true. It's true. Okay. As Has anyone kind of assembled other than us got anything to say about our trip, or like Shogo or anything like that? Or
Shogo's left the room.
okay,
He leaves you to your deliberations. He has tons of things to do. Like Sayers has just thrown a heap of work at him, so
I
he's
have?
trying to get.
Jeez.
Yeah, because you've just hired. You're gonna hire a load of fucking builders to rebuild this place. So he's got to get all that down, logistics.
And I've instructed the binding users were already working their best at doing repairs and such,
Yeah.
so they're going to continue to help in our absence.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm ready to head out. Get going on my horse. What's my horse called?
I'm going to ensure that we have
Nightfall.
pack horses with supplies. We can get some stuff on the way out, but as we're traveling. But I'm also going to ensure that we all have heavy, like for the time when we're traveling, like cloaks that will, while not being like super like thick material, because we're going to be, well, actually, I guess fairly thick material. Basically, I want us to be as incognito as we're traveling as possible.
Are you pointing at me there, Decimus? Is that what's going on?
Well, you've got a gigantic ass glowy sword.
Yeah,
It's
all
true.
right. It's true. It's true.
It's true.
And big shiny armor. I
Yeah.
mean, I've got robes that look like binding user robes, and I would probably cover those a bit so I don't look like a binding user. Yeah, I probably yeah. So I'd probably actually just take one of the extra swords. 'Cause, Desmond's is quite capable of a sword, but he prefers his staff. Just so that have a sword strapped so we don't just look like random travelers. We look like armed people who you don't really want to start a fuss with unless you're actually looking for a fight. Kind of have bandits leave us alone.
I'll probably take my armor off for the travels. If that makes sense. Just have it with me, but not on. If that makes sense.
That does make sense, but I didn't expect Darthus to make sense.
So what we're going to do is we're going to be leaving Wolfspire in a minute. Before that, we'll have a quick 5-minute break so you can cool down, get a drink, sort themselves out, and then we'll be back in 5 minutes. Leave the recording on. We're back in 5 minutes, and then we'll carry on.
Okay.
Right.
If people want to stay in chat, stay in chat.
Yeah, I'll be back with a drink in a second and
me
go
too.
for the check.
1 sec.
I really, really hope that my binding robes, arrive, because I paid a lot of money for those binding robes, and they'd be nice to have right now.
I forgot about your binding robes.
I spent fucking 8,000 gold sending off for these robes. $8,000. That was a lot back then. The most money we'd had in one place was like 15,000.
What's this?
So in like right after we got the wolf spot, we didn't have a lot of money. Like combined, we probably had 30,000, right?
Right.
And so I took my personal money that I've been making, and I sent off like to Valenry for good binding robes. I sent like 8,000 gold or something ridiculous with it. And I brought it up to Dean before, and he said he's got a little countdown going. Really?
Right, so you've never received these robes?
Huh?
You've never received these
I've
robes?
I've not received these robes, no.
That is unfortunate. For
I've been using the same armor since the second session.
Dude, that sounds like Hassan.
Yeah, you might want to bring it up
back
when
in Ventia days.
Dean gets back, because he
Well,
probably forgot, because I forgot.
Well, I asked him a few sessions ago, before we went off to the meeting that went so poorly.
Yeah.
We went off the back to Saga.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I might, mention it again. Say, how about them binding?
Yeah, sweet binding robes.
I mean, they're gonna be pretty goddamn sweet. I mean, they're 8,000 gold. or something.
True.
Nuts.
It's true. Yeah, you guys seem to have a lot less money than.
We had a lot of money, and it's just one thing after another. Like,
Yeah, but you
Saga
didn't.
probably
You don't
still
have.
has. How much did Saga win? Like 500,000. Saga has a shit ton of money. It's everyone else that's broke.
You don't have 2.5 million though.
Well, I'm
Which
sorry,
is-
not all of us can, get things that are so ridiculously powerful by the 3.5 standards that when it's sold, it gives them more money than God.
It's true. It's true. Although to be fair though, that's not. That's the thing though, right? You say that, but I only sold that for 1 million gold. 500,000 before I sold it.
Where'd you get that?
Do you remember? I just seem to remember, like, because we stole the bank, like all the gold from that random asshole's like hold.
Yeah, I mean, I stole a shit ton of gold.
Yeah, that was
which
like
is why
I
I
got
made armor that was so ridiculously powerful that I could one the
So,
entire
Link-
team.
yeah, I think I pocketed like 500,000 of that,
Yeah,
and then
I
I
wasn't
think
too
like
far off.
I've just been siphoning off like a shitload of money from various operations to get the other million. So yeah, by end I had like 2.5 million. I was like, all right, so I guess plus 10 Dex gloves it is then.
Yeah,
So yeah, that was fun times. Man, that was
no,
ridiculous. Like
do you remember?
I
Do you
actually
remember the jump in stats between before and after the battle?
yeah.
I went from like 120, maybe 130 HP to like 280
Yeah.
because I got like +4 Constitution or something from 4 or 5 Constitution from
Oh yeah, from the
armor.
armor. Yeah.
I maxed out Strength and Dex. Just like okay.
The end I think I had the equivalent with my like Dex gloves and things of like I think it was 30 dexterity. A larger dexterity modifier to my AC than a full set of plate armor. So
No, I was
just
wearing
like,
I was wearing like a mithril chain shirt with like fucking 6 enchants on it, and it's just like because
yeah, that was...
I could still get the +5 Dex bonus. And it was just I had like like 25 AC and like no I had like 23 AC, like 280 health, and I could crit on a 11.
that was, and then
You should jump
it
on
wasn't
that
like it
tab
wasn't even like it
before
was
the
like
crazy
×2
outweighs
either.
the
It was
hot.
like ×4 or something like
You
that.
should jump on that, Tad.
Yeah,
Before the
it was
crazy outweighs the
something
hot.
else.
That was the end of that campaign was something.
I mean, like, if I had just dueled the entire party at once, I could have killed them in the first round.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like Hassan, like you'd have breathed on Hassan, and he would have just died.
Yeah.
Like I could probably dodge quite a few hits, but
between Great Cleave.
yeah, like you just had so many attacks. Like I could only dodge so many before you just hit me
I had
once and
7
I died.
attacks, and each one was strong enough to kill any individual party member except for fucking Raiden, Lawrence and stuff. And
That was
that would
only
take
because you had
2
the armor,
attacks.
though.
Yeah, and it would have taken 2 attacks to kill him, though. Just 2.
It was so ridiculous. The end of that campaign.
Yeah.
It was funny though.
It was hilarious. And then I accidentally the whole dragon.
Yeah, it's true. I just love though that because I had like Dan had like the level 8 spells, because I had it's like
He improved
the
evasion.
the one up, yeah, the one up from evasion. Yeah, it was like improved evasion. So I was just like, yeah, that massive like 100-foot firestorm. Yeah, I dodged it.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, it was just because it was like I had such a ridiculous dex modifier that my reflex save was like +12 or something stupid. So I was just like, yeah.
That's just like, anytime you could potentially dodge, you just reduce the damage from dodging. It's just none. I was just like, okay,
I just like,
that's
no,
fine.
I just take no damage. I negate it entirely. It's like, yeah, I dodged it. Like the massive 100-foot firestorm that kills like 100 dudes simultaneously. I was like, yeah, I guess I just dived to the ground and you missed me. dragons. It was so ridiculous, that campaign. In a good way though. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, pretty great.
It
He's
just
mad to find out you didn't die.
It's true. He was not happy about it. But I love how it contrasts so much. Like, because I know you weren't there from the beginning. But literally, in the beginning, in the very first session, we all nearly died to one dwarf wielding an axe. Because like, he was just coming at us. And literally, the only way we didn't all just get killed horribly was I managed to luck out on a bull rush. And then I just kept shooting him as he tried to get up the ledge, and he just kept failing the dexterity roll to actually make it up. So I just kept shooting him over and over again until he died. Which is like offset that to the end of the campaign.
Well, I mean, like, do you remember like the third or fourth session I was in when I tanked the entirety of the 9 serpents?
Mm.
Oh no, sorry, I tanked 7 of the 9 serpents.
Yeah, it was just like offset against that first section. I was just like, this is fucking ridiculous.
I just got really I got good rolls when I built a block, and I just it just became so utterly ridiculous how quickly that build got powerful.
Kind of funny. Oh yeah, because like with all those cleave like upgrades, you essentially just continuously attacked, like, and because you did so much damage in the end, like you're guaranteed to get at least 1 kill to just keep stacking them over and over.
And this was it. And this was with just short swords too.
Have an end, does it? Like, so long as you kill someone, you keep going.
Yeah. You can quite literally charge an entire army and then just keep leaving.
One by one, just decimate them.
Well, the good thing is with the barbarian, the extra movement and the basically the equivalent of a whirlwind step, I could attack and move mid things. So, and then I could move up to 40 feet,
which covers a lot of dudes if they're all close together.
Yes. So all I have to do is pass through a group, take an opportunity attack, and then just kill all 8 of them around me.
Yeah. It's fun times.
Yeah. Pretty glorious.
It's just a shame you got crushed by a dragon in the end.
I mean, it happens.
Does it?
I mean,
does that happen a lot to you?
I mean, it kind of starting to seem like it.
It's true. Yeah, we did nearly get crushed by yet another dragon.
Yeah. It's just, and we nearly got crushed by a city in the last campaign.
Yeah, that happened, yeah.
These things seem to just happen when I'm around.
Hello.
Our main battle when you roll a crit and just kill us all instantly.
Accidentally, another dragon on top of us.
Yeah.
By the way, Dean?
Yes.
I don't know if you saw that message Discord, but has there been any word on those binding robes that I bought so long ago?
No. Because I forgot them. So.
I told you.
I will make some for you for next session. I promise.
It's gonna be a next session, hooray!
Remind me. If there is a next session, remind me to. Actually, no. I'll write it down and I'll set myself a reminder to do it on the training time. I'm sorry for being a bit late coming back, but when I sit down, the bird likes to talk to me and doesn't let me get up. So.
We were reminiscing.
He starts on my hand and then like runs up my arm and just, like talks into my ear until I talk back at him.
Aw.
And then he shuts up.
So. We found a stray cat on set on Thursday, and we had very little actual work to do because it was very disorganized. So I basically spent the entirety of Thursday and most of Friday, because the PA took the cat and brought it back, just playing with this kitten. It's like 6-week-old kitten. It's just ridiculous. It got very attached to me.
Where is it now? I
The
killed it.
the PA took it because my dog really dislikes cats.
Hmm.
So, or else I absolutely would have taken her home.
Cool. Anyway, let's get started. So, is everyone back? Everyone's back and accounted for.
I'm back.
Good.
Yeah.
So, the ship barrels along the side of the strait here, and then barrels along up towards the Boiling Pass and over towards Geskar. So, you guys are left in the woodlands here, palm trees and all the coastline fauna. What would you like to do? Which direction would you like to travel? We're going to do this in longer increments, so it's not you travel for 10 minutes and you get to here. No, you're setting a destination to march to. You have your horses, so you can. Your horses were on the boat, so you can barrel on the way over there. One thing you need to decide on: how much of this are you going to tell your men, if at all?
What do you mean, where we're going, or?
Yeah, because all they're seeing is everything being decimated, then their lead is just fucking off again. And last time you did that, a dragon appeared. So.
No, we're gonna tell them, quite clearly. Like, I'd have had at least telling all of my troops, or
Well,
sorry, all my binding users.
well, that's actually the Lord Commander's prerogative, man. He's got to
No,
decide.
I mean, like, I'd have told all of my binding users,
Oh,
so
okay.
they know where we're going and what. They
Yeah.
also
Well,
know that if something happens they defer to Elise.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I told Gaijin and my apprentices where I was going, but, you're right, it is Darthus's job, basically, to tell the men.
It is, yeah. And I remain purposefully quiet.
Have you even talked to your woman, the lady who was carrying your child?
No,
Oh my
I
God.
remain purposefully
Because I told her,
silent during all
I
that.
told her to talk to you. Does she approach him?
No.
I mean, who's sailing the ship?
She's too concentrated on ice cream, I guess.
Well, she doesn't know that he's leaving because he's not told her.
Yeah.
You haven't taken it after your ship. You've taken it on another one of the ships.
Okay.
So yeah, I wouldn't have told the men all that much. I will have left it, command the keep to Crassus, who's second in command after Sejanus. So kind of the chain of command is set in stone for when we're not around anyway, and nothing's really changed there. So everything will tick over. But really, I mean, if we made a fanfare every time we left, we'd spend all of our time talking to the men rather than actually doing anything. And the second thing is, I just don't think I want to worry them. I mean, I think Darthus is very aware that some or all of us might not come back from this. And I think that it's what's best for them now is to just get on and regroup and deal with their own families. And
they're probably
things,
already
really.
worried.
I mean,
Yeah, but
there's been some shit going on.
Yeah, but they're now tending to their own families and getting themselves patched up and everything and regrouping rather than,
And
being concerned with us and what we're doing. And I'd like to think that they'd have a little bit
I'm
of
pretty
trust in
sure
us
when they
anyway.
see all three of their commanders leaving, they're going to be worried in any case.
wouldn't they be
all
kind of
four
looking
will.
to us for what to
Guidance at this
do?
point?
You're not even gonna give them some words of encouragement or anything?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
God.
Let's carry on with the session. That was a throwaway question, and we ended up spending nearly 10 minutes.
Okay.
So, so which direction are you going to march in? I mean, this is Lord Commander's. He decides where to go, basically. So where would you like to go, Dan?
Well, I think we should definitely head south as a bit as a curveball. Wasn't expecting that. So no, let's head north. Let's if we head to Vitten's Watch first.
Well,
And then
here's
follow the line of
basically
the
what
mountains up.
here's what Decimus is going to recommend.
Mhm.
That we kind of go by Vitten's Watch, see if we take a look at it, because from what I understand, he controls this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he controls Vitten's Watch. He controls Kentor. He controls all of this. So,
Well, he controls. No, he controls basically all of this
oh, I'm sorry.
from south to north, not north to south.
I forgot a bit.
Yeah.
So,
Kassar is holding power in the north, far north.
okay. So is Temin under his control or ours?
Temin is under Kassar's control, so not yours, but Kassar's.
I mean, just not his control, is basically.
No.
So, so basically, my idea was, you know, aside from Vitten's Watch, all the places are going to be, well, actually, Great Chasm is Veldican. You know, a Great Chasm sounds very great in Casimir, which would probably, you know, be a good place to look for.
Does it really?
Totally forgot about the Great Chasm. I haven't looked at that side of the map since we purposely didn't go into the Tortured Forest.
Well, who wanted to go there originally? Just saying.
And had we gone there originally, everything would have gone even worse.
No, it would have been great. It would have been great. Would have loved it.
So actually, it might be worth going to the. Well, my original idea was to go basically along this way and look for supply trains coming in. We can also do that. Let me get rid of that. Yeah. Going this way. Like, I want to pass by Vinton's Watch, see if he's sending people there, and then we can head to the Great Chasm.
Okay.
If everyone thinks
Oh.
that's a good possibility, because they're digging in a bit of a chasm. There also happens to be a great chasm. Just,
Well,
you know.
Is that what
Seems-
you saw in your vision, though?
I mean, we haven't seen the great chasm, so I mean, I just saw them digging in a hole. I don't know if I really saw, Dean. I don't remember clearly if I actually saw them being in the mountains or I just saw them in a chasm. In a mine.
You saw them heading towards and looking down the chasm.
Okay.
This could be, yeah.
So it could very much be the great chasm.
Okay, it could be.
It did look great.
It could be.
I mean, it was definitely a great chasm. Whether it was a great chasm or just a great chasm.
It looked like a great chasm.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing Hassan would say is that it might not be advisable to go to any settlement because, you know.
Oh,
Creddock
no,
has
definitely not
agents.
going to Vitten's Watch. I mean, going close enough to Vitten's Watch to see if, oh, look, there's a massive shit ton of, workers and shit heading up into the mountains randomly. That all seem to be bearing, Creddock's standard.
But if they see us, it'll, I thought the...
They see a bunch of people in robes with swords, or a few people. The idea was we're going very,
Yeah, but we're like the head figures of this organization. You don't think someone's gonna recognize us if they see us?
not if we're not actually going into Vitten's Watch.
I'd rather stay clear of settlements. That's just me.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying we're going into Vitten's Watch. I'm saying, we go, a couple of a mile or two off.
I'd rather
So we
get
can
nowhere
see
near.
So we can see them going into it
Okay, well...
if we have,
No,
in the mountains,
I
possibly.
see... I know you're not without reason to want to go there, but my vote is to stay clear of it. What does everyone else think?
Yeah, Hassan would second that notion. Like, we know that Creddock has agents literally fucking everywhere. So, going anywhere near a settlement could jeopardize him knowing of our coming. Literally the only advantage we have is that he doesn't know we're coming. So, anything we do to jeopardize that is not a good idea.
Darthus?
So, Jasmine, seeing as this is new information that you've just sprung on us, so we're not actually heading into the Red
Well,
Commanders.
he wouldn't just be all of a sudden, hey, you know what, guys? You know what would be really cool? Let's go to the Great Chasm.
Okay.
He'd have been deliberating this whole time. Now, I'm only, I haven't been looking at the map as long as Decimus would have been, so he probably would have noticed the Great Chasm a little slightly earlier. But
Yeah.
also, if Creddock has any agents left in our castle, and they think we're going straight to the mountains, you know.
Yeah, I see what you mean. The
So-
next thing is, I'm a bit worried about shelter in the Keld Wastes, I have to be honest. And there's not much there. So we're just going to walk across the desert for days and days.
I mean, we have water, right?
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
have
we
pack
have
horses and supplies.
We have horses. I think we're okay for at least a little bit of desert travel.
Okay.
And you
as
know,
long as we're okay for that.
we've all been living in Asunder for who knows how long. We're used to traveling in the desert.
It would not be the first time.
Okay, that's fine. And then, yeah, I mean, if Hassan, if you wanted to go and scout out anywhere near Vitten's Watch, I'm sure you could handle yourself. But equally, if you think it's best to steer clear of it, then I'll respect your decision. You're a spy master after all.
Yeah, I think it's definitely safer not to risk. Despite my ample skills,
Okay.
yeah, it's probably best we not roll that dice.
Okay, well,
You know, given how much of a gamble we're making already.
Well, if everyone is in agreement about avoiding
Yeah.
Vitten's Watch entirely,
Seems like it.
then I guess that's
It's
what
not-
we'll do. But I
Seems
swear,
like there's not
if
really
I'm
a decision
wrong
to be
and they're
made.
coming, if I'm wrong and they're going in through Vitten's Watch, this is gonna be very awkward.
So which way are we heading?
Well, the group's decided. So we're heading
Yeah.
towards the Great Chasm.
So draw on my map for me.
Avoiding Vitten's Watch.
So I'm guessing it's gonna be something more like, out, not through the river and then just straight there. Yes.
Cool. Short and
Yeah,
sweet.
sounds good.
Yep,
Is everyone in agreement with that line?
That's fine with
Mhm.
me.
Yeah.
So
Fine.
you guys cut the path along a vast shrubbery, and you come out onto when you go past the great river of the Vissal, you see a winding, well, not even winding, an expanse of sand, and in front of you, you can see in the distance there is a black blot on the ground, going way, 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 way. And that you can just make out as probably the tortured forest, because behind those is a sheet curtain of grey basalt dawnstone colour, and then like a curtain raising up towards the sky, going way off into the distance. And then to your right, you can see Vitten's Watch, and it just looks like a ghostly, haunted place. You know, well, this is where you fought that battle a while ago. To liberate a mercenary band. Can't remember which one it was.
It was it was Sejanus' troops.
Yeah. So you're getting the people who were there are getting flashbacks to that and what's happened since, and you guys move on up into the waste, and it's very, very, very. What can I say? The closer you get to the north, the stiller things are. So at first you're hearing chirping, you're hearing vultures, you're hearing all sorts of animals and wind, sand, particles of sand being blown over all the time. Until finally, the further north you get, the quieter it gets, and the sounds of the animals sort of die away, and the ground gets a little bit darker in its complexion. So it goes from being a white sand to a reddy sand to a near black sand, and eventually all sound stops. There is no wind, there's no chirping of animals, there's nothing. And even the footfalls on the ground that you make are muted and kind of not there.
For foreboding, anyway at all?
Yeah, my perception mode is activated. I'm just constantly on the lookout for something to come out and kill us all.
Decimus, roll a binding perception check, please.
Yay! Pretty good.
You feel a heartbeat thrumming through the ground. Really faint. Really, really, really faint.
Can I discern in any way, sort of direction?
Ahead.
Yeah. You just kind of like, if Decimus starts to, we're starting to, we're pausing to kind of look about to see, and Decimus steps off off his horse, puts his hands to the ground, and just kind of like closes his eyes. He's like, after a minute, he of feeling that and trying to gauge it, but he gets up and says, "I think we're heading in the right direction," and then mounts again.
Sounds just sort of like thinking that he is way in over his head. Like even he is way in over his head at this point. He's just like, what is happening right now?
Yeah, like Decimus's expression is one of grim determination. Like after his last encounter with Craddock and sort of running away, he's he's not particularly pleased with himself.
You're talking about the battle that you had when Shakan died.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought you were mentioning when you were fighting what would have been Carrion, and
That went a lot better than the last one did.
yeah, you still lost.
But I didn't have to abandon every.
No. That's true. Okay, so you guys want to head on?
I mean, Hassan's just along for the ride at this point, so sure.
Yeah, I mean you have the option of turning back if you like I had to stay in.
Nope, not today, guys.
I mean, we can just sit here. Why not? Yeah, so
Okay. Eventually, you guys come to what looks like a winding hole in the ground. And when I say hole in the ground as in the Grand Canyon is a hole in the ground. This is a vast wound in the ground, in the earth, and it is made of pure, stringent black rock, like echoing downwards. And you swear you can hear water down there. And you can see two faint lights down there, just two faint little lights. And they're silhouetting what looks to be a doorway. It's a long way down. This is going to be like an hour or two of climbing if you go quickly.
All right. So, are we gonna have to leave the horses?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
Decimus, can you feel anything down there?
What do you else like see?
I imagine I can feel quite a bit of binding down there.
Oh yeah. You're getting quite the headache.
Yeah.
Anything specific, Decimus?
I don't know if there's much I could tell specific with what I imagine. I'm just feeling like the remnants of the torrents of energy that created the place. Dean?
You can reach out and try and scry them if you want.
I do so, but very carefully because I don't want to be to be alerting anybody as best I can.
Go ahead and roll a binding check on
Just
it.
like kind of weakly reaching out, just get a better understanding.
Yeah.
As if someone with minor abilities were trying to. No, I just don't even activate my binding ability. It just doesn't happen.
Nope. And I don't need to roll anything because no one can perceive it.
Nobody can see the nothing that just happened.
Yep.
I'm just gonna kind of like chalk it up to this is a lot, for my head to deal with it. I'm just gonna. He's not. Decimus isn't really saying anything. It's just like, I guess we're going down.
Guess so. With that,
I'm gonna let you re-roll that perception check if you want to.
He will, but not just the second. He's gonna kind of take a moment and clear his head.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and kind of wait while we make preparations.
Well, you may as well do it now.
Yeah. But he's not gonna do it while Decimus or Darthus is like staring at him.
Okay. I've walked on. Don't worry.
So
I'm already going.
You can feel a long time ago a great force smashed this out of the ground. Literally just rent it out of the ground. This entire place. And you can feel baleful eyes watching you as you watch the past. And you see a figure cloaked in black aeons ago finally laying something terrible to rest here and breaking its spirit into a shard of what looks like to be pure Feyerite. And you get a sense of that shard breaking and the threat of this beast and the energies it's in charge of and the energies that it releases being gone from the world forever. Or
Mhm.
you get a sense of using that shard to make those energies even more powerful, at the risk of this creature taking back its power one day, whatever it is. But you get a sense of dread and terror at whatever's down here, whatever is imprisoned down here, and you get the sense that this is most definitely a prison.
Yeah, we're definitely in the right place. I'm just
I
gonna
will let you, if you want to go further, you do risk being seen.
Yeah, no, he's not gonna. He just wants to get a general idea of the direction he should be heading in. But other than that, he's just gonna back off. But I assume it's along the chasm through the doors.
Yes.
So he's gonna break off just because he doesn't want to risk anyone figuring out that we're here. And just kind of shake his head, and then make his own preparations to head down.
Okay.
Have you shared that with anyone?
Well, he's already impressed upon you guys the importance of what
Or
and how screwed we're going to be if we
well,
fail. So he doesn't want to, really. Yeah, he doesn't feel like there's a need for him to explain that, everything's about to go even more, fucked up.
well, yeah,
But
but
it's
did you tell us what we're after is definitely behind that door there, or be more
he,
specific, because we still don't know that yet.
he's he's not going to be like, so I just started checking things out and we should definitely go that way. It's I'm clearly heading to getting ready to go down there. And he's just going to assume that everyone's going to do the same. Yeah. But I definitely don't look like I'm not sure where I'm going anymore at this point. Yeah, this is the right place.
Hmm.
And it's kind of grim determination that's setting into Decimus's face.
Cool. So, are you guys going to follow? Just
Yeah, I've already headed down.
Have you? This will
Yeah,
be
I've
good.
Oh
gone.
god.
Yeah, I've gone
I
already.
mean, are you sure you want to go down first?
Darvis,
Well, am I sure of anything?
roll a
Oh my fucking god.
couple of reflex checks for me. 3 reflex checks.
Okay.
Just speed checks, just to get you down there.
Okay. I'm like speed 2, Dean, so or
Oh.
I'm speed 3. So that's
Okay.
3 pounds.
Yeah, so you're
Almost
stumbling down. You're trying to climb down, but you're stumbling down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't fall. You're stumbling down. You don't look very graceful at all. You slam into the ground
I
down
don't do
there.
graceful, so it's good.
And I'm going to take Darthus. Put him on this very special map that I bought. Aha.
Do we all need to roll 3 checks to get down?
Yes.
Okay, I'll just do that then.
Oh my goodness. What the hell is this?
I mean,
I'm scared already. I'm scared
I'm
already, guys.
fine. I have speed 9.
I'm good too. I have speed.
So yeah,
10.
Saya does like a double pike backward somersault. And lands with. And Hassan.
I'm rolling last because I would be going last. Like,
Okay.
all of them will go first, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll follow, I guess.
It's like, are we sure that we have to go down here?
Well, because you guys were also doing the grim determination thing, and it sounds like, I'm not really feeling the grim determination thing. So he's just sort of like, he's not entirely at all confident.
No, you're all very tired. This has been like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of climbing. So, it's very, very stressful on the body.
But yeah, that's 2 passes and 1 fail. It's over 90.
Cool. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine with that. You are fine.
Not quite as good as Cyanide, but you made it.
I mean, I'm
don't
getting
enjoy
old. I'm
yourself.
getting old, David. Not as spry and young as I used to be when I pushed that old woman out the window.
What wasn't that Jacob talking to her as she?
Oh shit! Yeah, that it was, wasn't it? Yeah,
yeah,
Jake,
yeah.
Like walked out the window.
He like had every single opportunity to tell her to stop climbing out the window to speak to him, and he failed.
Oh, he
and
didn't.
fell.
He didn't.
Yeah. Anyway, do you want to make a avatar of yourself there, Hassan, or are you fine? You all
yes.
in the
No,
shadows?
he's hiding in the shadows. We can't see him. You can't
Okay.
see him
I
either.
am the shadow. Am the shadows.
Yeah.
Dean can't see me either. I'm safe.
It's true. You can't kill me if you know where I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm at the back.
Everywhere besides where we are, but burst into flame. Awkward.
So, Darthus is way out in front, looking around, and Decimus is following up behind. Sire is there, looking around and looking at Hassan, who just like scrambles down. And yeah, all you can hear is the fire burning from the braziers over here. Over here.
Well, I think we're gonna try to stay out of direct, line of sight.
Oh,
If
okay.
possible.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I just
But-
put myself there
but,
because I assumed like the doors are like right here. So it's like.
Oh.
No, I think the doors are probably over.
Yeah, that's what it does.
Oh, so we're outside right now still.
Yeah.
And Darthus is going. Darthus, did you remember? Did you remember that whole thing where you counted stealth? You counted stuff.
Yeah, I remember that. I also remember I'm intelligence too, so we're gonna keep doing this.
All right, I'm gonna be like,
Why?
I'm gonna like run up Darthus and like grab him by the shoulder. Just hold on a minute. We don't know what's in there.
Sire and Darthus roll perception check for me.
Oh shit.
Okay. Nate done it.
Oh, Darthus, see things.
All right, we're both good.
I'm in the light now.
What do we
Ooh,
notice?
We're both good.
So, you see a statue above the doorway here, and it's just like of a. It looks like somebody, a mighty figure sitting on a throne, and he's like leaning forward, with like. Well, he's got his hands on his knees, and he's just like looking down, like with a really stern look. And he has two horns, and in his eyes,
Mm-hmm.
like baleful yellow fires just burning really brightly.
Okay.
That thing gives me the creeps.
Oh, I think it's.
I'm gonna like try it. I'm gonna try
and.
and pull Darthus back. Like, come on, let's go back. Let's show Decimus. Let's go.
Okay,
As you're walking, to go back where you were, Science, go back over here. It's gonna happen as you were there.
Okay, God. Okay.
Little eyes like beam down onto you, and like there's a circle of, like a ring of light there, sort of like Sauron does in Lord of the Rings.
I get out of the ring of light as soon as humanly possible.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm interested in what's going on here. So
Darthus,
Okay, so Saya just.
Darthus, move.
unless you pull me out, like
I'm
you
not
can pull
gonna
me
make you roll to jump out the way, Saya. You can just do that,
Okay.
and nothing happens.
All right. So nothing happens. I guess I'm over here
Cool.
now.
Yeah.
I'm just like, come on, let's
out.
just
There's
take
the light
this.
gone, Dean.
No, it's still there.
Okay. I'm interested. Okay. Does it like cast a shadow at all?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, it does. Okay, that's fine. Okay. I'll head back with her then, and leave the light. I'll probably head over towards this brazier over here. That's all right.
No, but the light follows you. It doesn't stop.
Oh, it's okay. Okay, that's cool.
Do
Okay.
I notice that the light's following him?
Well, yeah, it's hard not to notice.
Okay. I'll go back to Decimus. Decimus, what's going on? And I like point at the statue and the light that's coming from.
Decimus has noticed. Decimus is staring at it, trying to decide what to do. And it's like, well, I don't know. And he's gonna kind of shake his head at Darthus. Always stumbling into things. Well, he's gonna kind of just. Is there any writing or anything around the statue? Decimus is gonna kind of.
No.
Okay. No. I'm gonna stay out of the light. Alright, and I'm just gonna feel to see if there's any sort of binding going on with the light, or if it's just,
No.
light. Well, I suppose there's not much else we can do besides, going closer.
I'm heading towards this ledge over here, Dean, as Decimus is faffing about
Cool.
around me.
So yeah, you let her ledge. There's nothing really up there. It's just the base of the statue. And as you do so, the fire gets the light gets really bright, and then it just goes out.
Oh, okay. This is really interesting. Is there any like writing at the base of the statue or anything that?
No.
Do I recognize the statue while I'm here
No.
from the stories I've read? No. Okay. Okay. Cool. I'll head back down then.
Cool.
How's Hassan doing at the moment? You enjoying the show?
I feel like enjoying is probably a strong word.
I think he probably is. Oh no, he's moving. Okay.
I muted myself and forgot.
Oh.
To,
Oh,
but yeah,
okay.
so I moved up. I moved up a little, but I'm still very cautious, especially after the whole beaming Eye of Sauron thing that went on.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of like, yeah, what is this?
Well, let's not. And so we do. Alright, so at some point we don't, I'm gonna go up behind the statue and see if there's anything I can, see or maybe there's a passage that
Well, the
doesn't take us
statue's
right in
much
front of.
bigger than that. You're not going behind the statue. You're like by one of its toes.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna kind of see if there's anything up here that would be, a way that's not going through the doorway with the beaming eye of Sauron.
Okay. When people who make tubes or prisons make doorways, they generally don't put the secret doorway right next to the doorway.
I know, but yeah.
Yeah. Like that. No, you don't buy it.
If anything, there's or some indication of what the statue does.
You can reach out with your binding talent if you want to.
Yeah, just like I said, very, very carefully.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how tentatively you are. Doesn't matter.
David.
I still get a chance to see you.
A good idea.
I know, but I'm also gonna try to disguise it with my. Well, actually, no, I can only do that a couple times per session, can't I?
Two.
Hold on, let me. I forgot how often I can use it to hide it. 3 times per session.
I'll do it now.
Yeah, I'll do it now. So
So I'm going to debuff on any roll I do to.
So this is to actually activate binding.
Okay.
Okay, and this is to hide it. Oh Jesus.
Oh God.
Fuck.
David.
Well,
Right.
it's hidden. Whatever other
Let's
bad
see.
stuff happens, it's hidden.
Well, yeah,
but
Okay. So. You're hidden, but the presence inside this place is so bright and so luminous and so powerful that you have to use up all of your binding pool just to stay out of sight.
Again.
And when you come out, you're just shattered and just like nearly passed out. But you do sense that the power for this statue comes way down into the caverns, into this complex.
Sure.
good talk. That's great.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I might poke my head round the doorway, like literally poke my head round the doorway.
Yeah.
You know, true Darthus fashion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a door there?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it a nice
huge.
door? Yeah.
It's very, 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 very large.
Good. Okay. I'll walk up to the door then. There we are. I'll try the door as well, Dean. If there's any, are there any like
Yeah.
particular markings on it? Is there a handle or?
There isn't a marking, but there is a handle. Yes.
Okay, there's nothing special on it. Okay, I'll try the door. I'm happy to do that.
Oh God.
Cool.
There we go. Oh, like what are we gonna do? Are we just gonna stand here the
No,
rest of the time? Like,
but I'm paranoid. I think maybe we should have had Decimus look at the door first, but you know, you're you, so.
well, yeah, that's true. He's faffing about with the
I
statue.
mean, if he dies horribly, you know it's booby trapped.
That's true. That's true. You do. That is the plus side of having me do it.
At the door, you
Yep.
touch the door,
Mm-hmm.
and it lights up in a mosaic pattern on the door. Amber light shoots through it and lights up this picture. And the picture is of a godlike being, one who looks like a statue, raising a world above his head and breaking it in two. And below it there is ancient script that you can't really understand.
I see. Well, I'm thoroughly interested by all of the kind of lights that are going on and take everything in, but I can't imagine it means all that much to me. So, I guess I'll just try and open the door, like push on it. If possible.
Okay, yeah, the door opens easily to your touch.
Awesome.
Swings it backwards.
Okay. I will then.
With a groan.
I'll step hesitantly inside and see what is to come.
Okay.
Alone, as usual.
Oh, we'll follow you. Just Decimus is trying to cover from his little ordeal of trying to figure out what the hell happened, which went so horribly wrong.
Aha. He's revealed something to me. Thank you, Dean.
So yeah, we're following. I guess there's not much else we can do since he's already walked in.
No.
Yeah, Hassan will sort of like wait outside a moment once everyone else is in, and if he hasn't heard screams of gargling pain, then he'll head on in after you.
Yeah, you haven't heard those.
Okay, then I'll head in after them.
Oh, heard. Hold on, I'm not
Fine.
quite next to Darkus. I'm probably a little bit off behind him. And I'm gonna drink one of my calming mixes because I got like 3 of them on like 3rd or 4th session. So that's a few
Okay.
more binding points, guys. I'm not entirely
Aw,
useless.
Wait for the number 99 patiently.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we see inside, Dean?
You see a cavern. And this is hewn rock. This doesn't seem like it's not as neat as outside at all.
Okay.
Yeah, it goes on to around about here. You can see.
So I'm gonna kind of put a hand on Darkus's shoulder
Mm-hmm.
and kind of say 1 second, and then I'm gonna ask, kind of whisper, Saya, could you scout ahead, or Saya and Hassan ask if they can scout ahead.
yeah.
I mean, you guys are
Yeah,
the
no, I know.
stealthy assassin ones.
But you are the
And,
magic detecting one. But yeah, I'll do it.
Yes, but I'm also trying to keep Darthus from walking
From
right out.
clanking down the echoey cavern. Yeah, I get it.
I mean, I can stay here if you want, guys. I don't mind. You can
No,
just go on and.
I'll kind of slowly, quietly, hopefully quietly at least, just kind of.
Is Hassan gonna help?
Oh God.
Hassan thinks Saya's got it.
I can't move myself properly, but I'm right here on this corner.
Okay.
Can I see around?
Press
Not
Alt
just
and
standing.
then move yourself. Press Alt and then move yourself. Then
I
drop.
can't. I
You
can't.
can do little if you press Alt, you can do tiny steps.
No, Okay, I'll try
The arrow
that.
keys.
Like, yeah, if you do
Ah.
regular, then you do big.
There we go.
Just little baby things.
Okay, that's where I am.
I forgot about that.
So, can I see anything into here?
Has anything gone horribly wrong yet?
Have I heard
can see.
that gargled screams of pain? Yeah.
No.
Well, that's a good sign.
That's a good start.
All right.
No one's dead yet.
So I'll kind of motion, like for you guys to come along. Because it's safe up to this point. I guess that's what I'm trying to convey.
Okay. Well, we're growing. So Decimus has one of his Decimus' abilities, like sort of passively sense mining thing without making a check. Like some stuff without making a check. So he's just
Look
kind
at
of
the
like
map
keeping it.
right now.
So I'm gonna be sort of following a bit behind Saya. Going up to points where she says it's safe and then waiting.
Oh, you're pinging where he detects magical stuff?
Sorry, I wasn't zoomed out far enough. I don't think I saw anything.
Or more. That's the only one you get.
Okay. Sure. I'm gonna put a little oops there. Badness. Oh, my little boot disappeared. Hidden by the fog of war.
There's like a little
Awesome.
outline there for me, so I can see roughly where Dean pinged anyway. It's like a little backwards L shape. I don't know if you can see it.
I can't really see anything. But I have a general idea of where it is. Yeah, no, I know where it was. And I assume that that's bad.
Well,
Whatever I feel back there is bad.
I mean, I would assume so, yeah.
Alright.
Whether it feels bad.
Okay.
Okay.
See, but I imagine... I mean, I guess Decimus would know better than I would, but whatever that bad thing is, there's a good chance it's what Kredok is after.
No, well, yeah, that's what he's guessing. So he's going to kind of, sort of, try to guide us in that, guide you in that direction.
Do
as
I
we come to
see
intersections.
anything into here?
Let's see.
Death, destruction, mayhem. The usual.
Alright. Does the room look empty?
It looks empty.
Alright, so I'll motion for them to come to the point where I'm at again. Because it's safe this far. Then I'll sneak...
It looks dark.
I'll sneak over to, the entrance. Can I see a little better now?
I'm trying to stay close enough that if I, to hopefully recognize a trap, like something that, like a trigger, but not close enough that I'm visible.
That's fine.
So it looks empty.
Yes.
Alright.
I can tell you're all paranoid because I've answered that question.
What?
I can tell you're all paranoid because I've answered that very same question now for the fourth time. It looked empty. It's definitely empty.
No.
It's pretty
empty. That was twice. I asked you twice.
Just twice.
Okay, so...
Which way do you want to look?
Look both ways before crossing the street.
No.
That looks bad.
Oh.
Alright. So I'm gonna look at Decimus, like, anything? Do you feel anything?
Well, I'm gonna kind of point in this swirly direction, kind of say like, whispering to her. I feel something. I believe where we're going is around, in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe couple hundred feet.
Alright. I'm really gonna regret leading the... Oh god, I disappeared.
Oh, Sai's dead.
There.
It's going well, guys. Sai's dead. We lost her to the darkness.
Are these pillars?
Yes.
What's going on right here? Hold on. Right here.
Okay, so Saya, one question at a time. Just Saya, looking at this area here. Okay, and you can see this is essentially a walkway, and this is like quite a drop off into like mist.
Okay. So that's really weird. So I'm gonna run back and describe that to Decimus.
I'm gonna say well, we should move quickly, but it might be better to find another way around that's less obvious.
Less ominous.
That too.
Okay.
Obvious, ominous, unpleasant.
Should we... Okay, I'm gonna ask Decimus. Do you think we should try this way then?
I think it at least let's take a look.
Alright, so I'll start scouting this way, because apparently I have to do everything around here.
Well, I mean, you could drag
Told her
Asana
not to,
around.
so-
Do I see anything in this room?
Which room are you looking at?
This one.
Okay. And this one, you see what looks to be alcoves.
Definitely a trap.
And on each of the alcoves is a statue of imperious-looking humanoids. And they're
Alright.
standing, with light illuminating and lighting them from the weapons that they're holding, which are all on.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna go back.
The only one who's not, there's one who's not on fire. And
Yeah.
in fact, no, sorry, I described it wrong. None of them are on fire apart from one, which is here.
Okay. I'm gonna say, Decimus, that room looks even scarier, and I'll just describe what I see.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
kind of. I mean, it doesn't seem to have too many people. 1 second, guys. Bye. So, my sister's leaving. So I'm gonna take a look around the corner. No, not around the corner, not through the wall. And see what if I notice anything. Yeah, of more use
Mm-hmm.
or explode.
Okay.
As you do.
So yeah, you see exactly the same thing.
Is there any writing?
Not from this distance, no. You have to stop being such a pussy. Go over and read it.
I mean. So I'm gonna
Well,
cautiously approach.
To be fair,
Is,
we've been almost murdered by pillars and statues before. So.
I'm
It
just
happened
kidding.
a couple of times. Once or
I'm
twice.
not kidding.
Giving a shit.
So which one are you going to look at?
Well, I'm gonna start. So sorry. Which ones are? Can you mark which ones are fiery? Which ones are?
Only this one is on fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
So fire, and then they each have weapons. So I'm gonna kind of look at the ones that aren't on fire first. Probably starting from over here.
Okay. You see that one has the name of. Seems like it's a name anyway. It's an ancient text you can't really read called Kal Matan. That one's called. And it's a woman holding a staff that is not on fire. And her eyes are very, very, very slanted, and her ears are ever so slightly pointed.
All right, and then I'm going to continue. Take a look at the next one.
Okay, this one is called Kal Kashok, and that is also a woman, which has a massive, massive two-handed axe in her hand, in both of her hands, and she looks very feral, and she has horns sprouting back from the top of her skull, running all the way down behind her.
Alright, and moving on.
Okay. Cal Vrost, this one is called, and that is a man with a staff. Looks like a wizened old man, but he has his hair is lank and it's grey, and it's just like nailed onto the side. But you can see one eye is completely black, and one eye is completely white. And on his right shoulder, he has a raven there, just looking at you.
That's slightly disconcerting. And I continue looking at the statues and seeing if there's any other writing in the room as I'm continuing through.
No, you just come across the same names, the same kind of names, and the same kind of powerful figures. Unless
And
you did you want to actively go over to the one that's on fire?
I suppose I'll make the rounds.
Okay. When you get to that
And then
one,
I'll approach this one from a bit more of a distance.
yeah, it's fine. Yeah, okay. This one is called Calvitan. Okay, and this one has baleful yellow eyes that are burning, and he has a great sword in his hand that is also on fire, with a red, a red, blood red flame, and it looks like it's got a powerful frame. Its eyes are white and white hot with flame that at the end of the flames is pure yellow, and his horns come from the crest of his head all the way back, and yeah, he looks like a feral beast, but very, 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 very angry.
And this glowing weapon.
It is on fire. It is a huge sword.
Alright, I'm going to see how poorly this goes again, guys. I'm going to do disguise another binding check on this.
Mm-hmm.
The second of 3. So let's do the binding check. 5. And then disguise it. That does not disguise it. Ah, crap.
Okay, so you alert.
Well, I mean, if he rolls really, really.
No, yeah, okay, I'll roll for it, but yeah,
I mean, he could roll like a 95, but
you
know,
look
could
at
hope.
one out here.
It's not gonna happen, guys.
Yeah, yeah. So you are discovered, but all they know, or what all it knows, or what he or she knows, is that you're in the complex. Not you can't find out where exactly you are, but you know you're in. And at that, the statue steps off of its pedestal
Oh shit.
and swings for you with its massive sword.
I'm going to attempt to avoid the giant massive sword.
Oh, go for it.
Darthus, are you actually standing all the way back there?
I am, yeah, because you told me to. So, we're,
I'm gonna use my ability to not, actually have a melee roll that's not awful.
Well, I kept motioning for you to catch up. It's okay though. You can be there if that's where you were.
So, there's my rebuttal.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. So yeah, you parry it aside twice. But this is AM2, so you need to make probably life ward saves.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, I can do dodge and life ward. So
Oh, on one save because you got a crit with one of them.
right, my dodge is 4 plus. No, is it 5 plus at 9 or 4 plus? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
At
Sam?
9, I think it's 5 plus.
I think it is 5 plus. I don't think it's that insane.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
5 plus at 9, then a 4 plus at 10.
All right. Well, that was my dodge roll. Now 3 plus life ward. That's fine.
Okay. So he just smacks you
And then-
aside and roars.
Welp.
It's not 9 foot tall. It's pretty big.
Well, I'm gonna I guess I could try to like attack it, but I don't know what else to do. As my rebuttal. Or since I rolled a crit, I get to attack back. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try to. I'm going to be trying to take its. They go for its hands to try to get its weapon out. Because
Yeah.
if it's the glowing weapon, I'm assuming that has something to do with the fact that it's capable of doing this. But you know, see how that goes.
Okay. Parries the two. In fact, no. Yeah, the two that you hit with go through.
All right. It's
It's
it's like AN for 25 damage. That's not a whole lot.
Whoops.
I'll take that.
Yeah, he takes 25 damage. Stag goes backwards.
Those are the guys. Like not quite shouting, but definitely like help, please.
Sire, you can see the other statues. Their visages are melting, as in they're melting into like just slabs of rock that are standing there.
Huh. I
That's
I have a
unfortunate.
feeling Decimus needs to leave the room.
So do I. But I need at least some cover. Yeah, maybe from across the.
Yeah, we're in combat. So
Yeah.
They could be, taking shots off and.
So I just want to wait and see if she wants to do something.
I can't really do anything from here. Like, I don't want to go in there. Sorry, Decimus, but I really don't want to go in that room. And I don't have any ranged attacks. So, let's see. Maybe one of my Tempest things. No, not even my Tempest abilities are ranged. Could I use my hurling blade to throw one of my extra daggers, not the ones that I use? Okay, I'll do that. So, but I'm not gonna chase after the blade like it says in my move. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna throw my Asunder Kulan at it, which is probably not gonna do a whole lot. It's damage 15, armor negation 5.
That will definitely help.
So, yeah. Okay, if I critically hit, it has the instant death special rule, which I do not think is going to work on this guy, but, you know.
Let's see.
Yeah. It passes.
Slams into him, and he does his roll. His saving throw. Which he passes.
Okay. That's all I've got. And I just say, Decimus, get out of there.
Well, now it's Hassan, I think, for me, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
but that's what I do on my turn. I yell at you to get out of there and throw a knife at it.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna attack it with my four attacks.
Cool.
Keep you. Nice.
Cool.
So that's 4 hits, which is AN2, 30 damage.
Ooh. Okay, 4d6. It takes 3 of them and just slams backwards. It's like, and it's like goes back and goes out to one knee.
I
What
like
you
your sound
see-
effects.
But you see that the eyes of every statue are now burning yellow, and the forms are starting to coalesce into something resembling the statue that you're fighting, and swords are now sprouting from the hands that are starting to turn into go on fire.
Hassan's just gonna sigh. Like, that sigh was Hassan's sigh.
So, Decimus is going to proceed to head the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Would be
think
advisable.
he's going to attempt to cast something at it to just as we're leaving, so that it doesn't, just one last shot at it as we're heading out.
Okay.
as I'm bailing. Well, I think actually I'm gonna move back first. Right, move, like use a couple moves to get out of the room as best I can.
Uh-huh.
Then I'm gonna and then cast a spell at it.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna use two movements to move out, and then the third, and then then use a binding attack.
Cool.
So that's like right up to them, right?
Yeah.
15. Yeah. So I'm gonna go. Nope. 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 And then cast probably frost pillars. It seems like a good thing to use on the guy whose
Mhm.
eyes are on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh Jesus, mother Christ! All right. Oh, luckily it's a low level spell, so I can't actually kill myself on this.
Mhm.
But I can't drain the rest of my binding pool again. Yes!
Is that a good
Oh
roll?
my God! This is the first time that's happened in this campaign that I've rolled a 1. I've rolled a 2 before. 1 is very good.
Then you get everything back.
I think I get almost everything back. Yeah. Hold on. Let me go up to the thing.
That would be
Oh,
nice.
Yeah,
that
that.
would be very nice. Okay. You are overcharged with binding energy. Entire binding pool is refilled, and all of my attacks this round have a special instant death roll if I so choose, and I do in fact choose.
Okay.
Oh yes, binding pool back up from 8 to 20 beautiful binding points, and so yes, I will try to roll the instant death on this guy with my frost pillars.
Mhm.
So it's 10 d100.
Yep. Yeah. Oh,
That's
doesn't
4
count when
crit.
you're doing this in death roll though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It
it
just
just
sounded crit.
explodes. In fact, you explode 4 of them. But I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you roll to see if you can bring down the actual entranceway.
All right. What? Just roll a d100.
Nope. Just gonna let you do it if you want to do it.
Oh, yeah, let's block off the big crazy melty or sword monster thing.
Okay. So you kill him and then use the rest of the power and put it into the ceiling, and all of the rock just falls down in a frozen shard at the bottom here and seals everything in.
After that happens, and I'm sure we get a little bit of blowback from the rubble crashing down.
Yeah.
I look over at Decimus and I say, "I told you that room was scarier."
I'm just kind of like breathing heavily, and just like basically like as it fell down, I would have probably like fallen backwards on the like it's like sit like not like fallen, but like I'm like sitting back, like falling backwards on the. I'm just kind of like yes, I did, yeah. I just did. I thought I'd actually have to do something to trigger it. I thought
You mean
I was
you
hoping we could
didn't do
learn
anything
something.
in there? It just happened by itself?
All I did was all I was doing was examining. It doesn't matter now. So I think it's time. I think we need to. I think we need to move. Get moving. There's no way he'll have missed that.
Yes, well, let's just hope no more of the furnishings start coming to life.
I'm just gonna kind of like exchange a knowing look with Saya. It's like, wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, we both know better by now.
Hassan also knows better, but
We just don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, even
Well, let's
yeah.
move on, I guess. Hey, Darthus, what
And
was your reaction to hearing, metal clashing and magic and crashing down of rubble?
It's pretty standard for us, I think. Yeah, not really
You're just
phased by any of that.
chilling in the room, like
Did you come to try to help, or were you just kind of hanging out?
you just kind of walk out eating a snack.
Well, I was like, wait, you didn't want to me to make a scene, and I'm after all you guys in combat, so that pretty much happened in the space of like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I didn't
I guess
expect
not.
you to make it out
I guess
in
not
time
really, no.
from where you were.
No.
Just wondering what your reaction is, like, But I guess you're just like, oh, just another day.
Yeah, like it was over in a few seconds, so I kind of
All right.
heard it, and by that time it was over, I guess.
Well, let's go. keep moving.
Time to cross the creepy bridge.
Oh,
And hope nothing goes terribly wrong.
1 second.
Okay.
Whoop. Cool. So you guys are moving on up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're gonna go into that room ahead.
I mean, I suppose.
Cool. And put your.
Although I don't think I'm going first this time. I just had a bad experience in the last room.
Cool.
So who's going first?
Yeah, somebody's gonna have to fucking go first. We're gonna be here all night, so.
Yeah.
Dan's not
That's
volunteering to go first. Fuck that.
I was.
Yes, I figured out you.
Cool.
But you know, there
As
could
you
be.
go onto the
See, I've been
The
going
pathway here.
first this whole time, so.
a bridge opens up over here. This goes and comes stepping up.
Just like
There's no bridge here, but it just goes straight on into another room. There's a bridge that extends that way.
Decimus, come look at this.
I'm gonna approach gingerly.
Cool. As you guys look down there, you see this. And in there are 2 plinths. And there are 2 items hanging there.
I look at him. Do you feel anything from one way or the other?
I imagine I'm feeling quite a bit.
Well, yeah. What I'm saying is, like, do you feel something
I
here
don't know, I mean, like,
or here?
like, do you? I figured the thing was somewhere around here. What I originally felt,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
But I imagine I'm feeling something coming up this room.
Nope. You're feeling a massive binding presence, but it's not a person or a creature or anything living.
I'm gonna tell her it's not him, but it might be worth checking out.
Okay.
I'm gonna we can see into the room. I can see there, so I'm gonna.
Yeah. There's
I'm
nothing in
gonna
there.
like walk with Saya gingerly into that. I'm not gonna.
All right.
I'm gonna wait for the others to follow.
Okay. So, when you're in there, you can see the 2 things in these stasis fields, these binding stasis fields, are actually changing. So there's a staff, there's a sword, there's an axe, there's a scimitar, they're just melting into different weapons. In 2 different, 2 different stasis orbs.
Hmm.
And who is closest?
Probably
Out of the 2 of you.
Saya and I were the closest because we started off
Out
ahead.
of the 2 of you.
Well,
Oh.
Darth is out. Is who's red? That's
That's
Yeah,
Decimus.
so that's Decimus, okay. So, finally, the sheathing of one of them goes away, and a staff is hanging there that's pitch black, completely pitch black, and shimmers with like a dour, horrid light.
Oh. I have a feeling that Decimus is gonna be slightly mesmerized, despite recent issues, and he might just reach for that.
Okay, do you pick it up?
Oh God.
It's shiny.
I'm having Aladdin Cave of Wonders flashbacks.
Well, this is more of a. I've got a little bit of arrow in me right now, and
No, I mean, go for it.
Have you picked up the staff?
yes.
have we been
right.
squished by a dragon?
As you reach out for the staff, it leaps into your hand, and sort of suffuses all the way up your arm. It's like, and so your all right arm is covered in this sort of obsidian, crackling stone, really smooth, and you can actually feel all the binding in your body just pulsing through this thing. It's like doof, doof, and you feel like you could basically smash through walls with this arm, and those arm
Is
stats
can,
would be.
ooh. Oh yeah. By the way, can anyone see my face right now?
No.
Saya can.
Oh, I
guessing.
can? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you look at my face right now, it's going to look very much like the face that Cassius Varro had when he was, when he was first like resurrected.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'm very like he's slightly, like just a little bit of a mad power hungry grin on there.
And I probably find that very unsettling.
Probably a little bit. I mean, like, I
So-
don't look crazed,
You're right.
but
Okay.
I'm definitely, yeah, he's definitely a little too excited for this.
Well, as soon as I saw it take over your entire arm, I jumped back.
And I'm just gonna take a second to compose myself. It's like it's okay, guys. And I'm just gonna kind of like, like check looking at it and trying to just basically like just looking at it and feeling it.
Yeah, if you let the staff go, which I'm assuming you're going to at some point, and switch it to your other hand, nothing happens. But the scales on your right arm just shrink back into your skin a little bit, and just like hide there, just like shimmering. Like they go all the way up to your shoulder, and when you put it back into your arm, they sprout out again like a jagged edges, and they sprout from the back of your shoulder as well, like and then they just come out, like and start pulsing with like neon bright blue binding energy, just like out through them.
I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to re-tailor my robes.
Oh yeah, they're torn to bits at the moment. Yeah.
Well, you could have a stylish single-sleeved robe.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
And somewhere in the aeons, there's a spirit of Magnus with a raging fucking hard on it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Who is next? Oh yeah, Saya, you were
Yeah.
standing nearby. Are you gonna do anything?
No, I don't think so.
Pray.
Sure. There's one playing
I mean,
left.
He's just sort of like, what the fuck just happened to his arm?
Right, well, I'll look at it, I guess. What do I see?
I'll sort of creep close and just be like, Decimus, you alright?
Yeah, this is quite the relic.
Oops.
I'm like, yeah, looks like it. And he's sort of just like looking at your arm, and he sort of looks at his hand. He's like, well, you definitely got me trumped now.
Is this sound a little jealous there?
Is the right word? I mean, the hand's like kind of subtle and kind of cool. Not sure he dig the spikes, the spiky look. But he's just like, yeah. So, what is it?
And I kind of as I'm checking out, it's like it seems perfectly safe.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's
Right.
just I'm not going to really explain to them that, like, I mean, if you look closely, Dean, right, I can still see that the scales are there even when I pass the staff to the other hand.
Yeah.
I'm not going to point that out to them, so they're not worried that this thing has just suddenly like turned me into something else. But
Okay.
they
Well, okay. Saya, you're standing closest
I don't want to worry that.
Right.
to the other plinth. If you want to reach out or do anything to the plinth, you can do.
What do I
Or
see?
avoid it entirely.
You see a weapon inside of it coalescing, and switching to a sword, a dagger, then a bow, then switching to a staff. But as soon when you're concentrating on it, it switches to a dagger and stays there for more than a couple of seconds before switching to another form.
Ugh. I don't know if I want a black arm. I don't know if I trust this place.
Yeah, but you never know. Could just be a crazy awesome dagger.
Then again, life is no fun without risk.
And we definitely need the power to deal with what we're dealing
I'll
with.
grab it.
Okay. Nothing happens to your arm.
Oh.
But as you grab the hilt, you feel it's the most balanced, perfectly weighted hilt you've ever gripped, and you're just like, ah. So you pull it out, and what is this?
Yay. Ooh, what?
What?
Okay. I'm like, so I'm sort of like looking at Sam like, you right? It's no armification.
Armification.
No, this thing feels great.
And it does sing in combat as well.
Yeah.
It sounds like you mind me feeling the weight.
I'll give you a preview of the song that actually sings when it's in combat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I let you touch it, but I keep a very close eye on it.
Yes. So I'll sort of just like take a whole blade and just sort of like just flick it up into the air a couple times.
What?
Like,
Is that really what it
yeah,
sings?
Are you serious, Dean?
Why not? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Are you serious?
I had this image of Saya
It's
like
what
dancing
the
in between
fuck?
foes and just like, see you later, actually just killing people.
Dean, you played Borderlands 2, right?
Yeah.
You remember the screaming gun?
Oh yeah, the Australian gun. Yeah, we've definitely, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what were you saying, Hassan?
what is? Well, I was just saying like I'd probably just like grip the blade and just flick it into the air a couple times. Realize it's like the most perfectly balanced blade I've ever felt.
Awesome.
To like just whistle, like ow. Instead of like just hand it hilt first back to you, like that's a fine blade.
Yeah. Oh, I can never let Besha see this.
In your head, Saya, you hear a voice going, "So do I get to kill him, or the other guy?"
We'll see about him. He has yet to prove one way or the other. I'm like trying to think this in my head.
Yeah, you see a voice, hear the voice like give an approving nod and go, "Cool."
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not even fazed by this talking dagger.
I mean, you saw what happened to my arm, so I imagine that this is rather tame.
Yeah.
It sounds just sort of like, well, I guess these will definitely help for what's to come. I hope they prove useful.
Alright. Let's see. And this is a dagger, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. What's the... Oh, wait, okay, there's everything. I didn't see the first part.
Jesus.
It's very, very, very shiny. And one? Are you...
Armor
Jesus.
negation 1? What?
What?
Okay, so what do I do? Like, because I have that Tempest ability that gives me armor negation 1. Is that just useless now? Or...
You have two weapons.
No, because it makes you the weapon name 1.
Okay. So I can use that on my offhand weapon.
Yeah, you just become a whirring storm of blades that are just fucking ridiculous. Late game, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just hope I survive long enough to get my robes.
This is the best
Shall be
weapon
good
I've
friend.
ever had. Is the range 4 feet? That's what my other dagger was.
The range is nothing. The range is who do you want dead in the combat.
It
So are
doesn't
you
matter
standing-
where I am.
No, it matters. You need to be standing near them in combat.
Okay.
As long as you're in combat with
melee
them,
range.
Yeah, melee range.
Yeah.
What is
Does-
melee range with that dagger?
No.
I'm not
What
sure.
I'm saying is that normally, like a dagger would be, it's 4 feet. And anywhere between 4 feet, you can't get to.
Crit
Well,
times 10. Holy shit.
But if this
Yeah.
thing is like 10 feet away from someone, it will take Saya over there to fucking kill him. You know, it's not, you know. So it accepts me.
And we're moving.
Oh my god.
I could just imagine her like, I'm gonna kill that guy, and then suddenly the dagger's dragging her along, and it's just like in her voice, she just hears, and we're moving.
This is not the most powerful weapon I've actually made for this campaign. Just throwing that there. In fact, I think
I'm
Daybreaker is
guessing
actually
that,
kind of more powerful because it has a lot
You're
more
right, Sergey.
special rules.
It's the most powerful weapon
Um,
I've ever had in
Yeah,
I
everything.
don't think so. I
The
don't
Crescent
think.
Moon is one of the more powerful single weapons. Yeah, maybe the most powerful single weapon. I don't know.
I don't think Daybringer's kind of a shadow on that. Really.
Oh
It's good,
my
but it's
God.
not like the special abilities for that.
I
Are
mean,
not awesome.
Oh, and it terrifies people too.
Mm,
They're just like,
amazing.
I just see them cowering in fear at my presence.
I think Saya's gonna have way too much fun with this knife.
Yeah, I think so.
I think Daybringer's more of an ally buffer. Do you know what I mean? Than it is enemy
really-
run away.
It doesn't really have any other abilities. Like it drains
Oh, it does now.
VP, but
It's time to
Okay.
give you your new rules.
Oh yeah.
oh, not in its previous form anyway. Didn't really do anything.
Well, it's not quite that
Like
anymore.
that.
So you guys can just go ahead and defeat the bad guy. I'll sit back and just,
I mean, you've got your crazy crossbow.
my crossbow that
I mean,
30 damage, but yeah, it's not quite.
but 30 damage that doesn't require you to be melee range with a guy who hits 15 times.
To be fair,
Remember
David,
that?
it's not.
I remember
To be
that.
fair, David, it has exactly the same damage and stats as the most powerful crossbow you can actually just buy.
Ah.
You can buy a crossbow that does that damage in AN. That's why I made it those stats, because like, well, I'll just make it as powerful and just give it like an extra stealth rule for being Hassan. But
Yeah.
like I could have bought that
Casual
crossbow.
insanity.
It's fine.
I think we'll be okay.
We'll do
guys.
it together.
Hopefully.
But yeah,
Maybe.
I'll crack out the popcorn and you guys can fucking go ahead and murder that guy's ass.
No, we say that.
Yeah, and then we
Anyways.
all die. Yeah.
We will die
Right.
horribly. Yeah.
Is there anything else in the room?
No.
Just like. Alright.
Alright, let's move along, shall we?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Oops. I'm in a decidedly better mood, but I kind of feel as a player that that's a bad sign because I feel like some shit is coming up ahead.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just searching for a picture. Hang on.
Okay.
Talk amongst yourself. Wait 1 minute.
Okay.
The problem is they're really testing out the weapon because it doesn't really work. Can I dual staff? As long as I'm not in melee range?
Are you kidding? Are you actually kidding, David?
No, you can't.
Oh.
Like, what?
What are you, fucking Gandalf?
Yeah, no, that's literally exactly what I was
Fucking Gandalf,
picturing.
yeah.
Just Decimus as Gandalf.
I don't think Decimus isn't that old though.
No, Decimus is quite young. But I can grow a beard. Might take me
Also,
a
he's not
couple of
Gandalf.
decades.
I think
I
we're
mean,
all
definitely
pretty
not
young except Hassan over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Decimus is like 26, I think.
How long is it?
No,
It's
how many
been
years have we been here?
It's been 2 years since we've started the campaign, right?
2 years. 7 years. I think he's 28 now.
Really?
Might be. Hold on, let me check. I'm trying to remember exactly how old I'm.
I remember Saya and Darthus were the same age at the beginning, and we were both 20 years old at the start.
Yeah. That's right.
Well,
And
I think he was 25 when we started.
Huh.
Oh, no. He was, so 12, and then, 4, 17, 19, 25, 27. Yeah, he was 27 when he first at the start of the campaign. 29 now.
Oh, wow. I thought he was like 23 at the start, or something like that. But
Oh.
I could
27.
be mistaken.
Well, yeah, because he started training young, but the first time he set out traveling, he was like around 21, and then he spent several years in Genson, several years and at Valerie, several. So yeah, he was 27 when he left.
So, carrying on.
So
Couldn't find that
Daybreaker got a
picture.
little buff.
Okay. Yeah. I need to make a quick amendment to those rules as well. Yeah. So where do you guys want to go?
I think we're going up.
Go.
And
Go
we're
up,
moving.
yeah. You coming, Distance?
Yeah, sorry, it was being difficult selecting.
Oh,
So
I'll trudge ahead.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna kind of, as we're coming around the corner, I'm gonna whisper to, like, before we get to the corner, I'm gonna whisper to Saya. I felt a powerful, like, binding use just up to the left from here.
Okay.
It was right about here-ish. So
Okay.
I'm assuming it's in that room.
We'll be careful.
You guys heading in?
Yeah, oops.
We're peeking around the corner at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm...
So you can see in this room, it's much bigger than this, but I couldn't find a map which had this big room there. It's huge. And there is a single bridge extending out into what looks like a massive black pool of water.
Hey,
And
there's my witch behind.
you can hear the heartbeat, so doof, doof, and coming from way down below you.
Okay.
And in the center of the bridge, you see Gormal Creddock just on his knees, just like with his hands supplicated upwards.
Ah, shit. Okay.
Well,
As you get closer, Darthus, you can see the bodies of his bodyguard that's strewn all around him, just dead. But no blood is there at all.
Okay. So where's the bridge, Dean? Over this way?
I know you're actually on it now. Yes.
Oh, I'm on it. Okay. I think I'll just walk closer to him.
I mean, we could
See
just
if he
start,
notices.
shooting shit at him and hoping he dies.
Or... I mean, I could sneak up behind him. I don't know if he's seen us yet. But then I don't really trust that he hasn't seen us.
His eyes are closed.
He's facing away from us, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
but
Yeah, sorry. We don't know his eyes are closed. But...
He does say to Darthus, he says, "And so you have come."
It seems so. We were hoping to beat you here, but apparently you're a man of your word.
He says, "Getting here at all is an achievement, my good man. You should be proud." He just sighs and says, his eyes haven't opened yet, and says, "What is it you hope to achieve here?"
Well, as you say, we should be proud that we're here, but I'll be even more proud when we kill you.
He says, "For what?" The changes I will wrought upon the world will make sure your empire is in the ascendancy for along with mine own.
I think that's the issue, really. Your empire, Grodok. This isn't the way to go about it at all, and the things that we've seen you do doesn't really suggest.
He just sighs and says, all the people of mine that you killed. He just shakes his head and says, Cassius Varro worked for me. They all worked for me. Even Carrion. He's a dredge of a soul, so desperate to cling to life. And he just like shakes his head and says, all of them worked for me. Jochi, I admit to slaying him myself. The rest of my people that you've slain since you've been here, you've been a constant thorn in my side. He says,
We try.
He says, I'm not attempting to be a villain from the storybooks. I want to remake the world into a better place. A safer place for my kind. Don't you understand? There are places in the world where my kind are butchered in the streets. Actually strapped to plywood and set alight. He shakes his head and says, no more. Not when my lord returns. And he says, speaking of which, look below you if you will.
This is the item of which Decimus had his vision, I suppose. What you're here for? Care to share your masterful plan?
Well, if you look down, Darthis,
I will.
You see two massive baleful eyes, like looking at you from down there,
Okay.
and you can just about see a reptilian hand stretching up, clawing, trying to break the water, but it's like 20 foot below the water, and trying to get to you.
And what do we have here, Crannock?
He says, an avatar of Kal Vitar. And he stands up very slowly. And finally, he looks very, very happy. And he has in his hand a shard of pure obsidian, looks like Bayerite. And he says, and with this, my business here is done. Now you can make an action. If you wish to make an action.
I think I'll just rush him. I don't know if I will have drawn my blade to this point. I think I'll just rush at him.
Okay. He's going to make a binding check.
Okay.
Don't worry, he's not going to just obliterate you or anything. Binding check.
Oh, he can do if you want.
I'm going to try to use a skill I have to try to cancel out whatever he's doing.
Gonna need to be a bloody good one.
It's a once per set. Yeah, it's a once per session one if I can see him doing it. Hold on. Yeah. So I have to make two successful binding checks to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I can reroll one of them since I have binder's perception.
I'm looking for a very low crit here.
Okay. Oh, let's see.
So 99 it is.
Right.
Of course.
Good try. You can reroll that though.
It's. I get 2 rolls and I can reroll one of them. It takes 2. Oh.
Oh.
And I'll reroll the 50. Yeah.
You're lower than that.
I think 2 crits. Lower than that? Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
No. So it doesn't stop it.
You managed to disrupt him enough that Darthus that smacks him in the face and basically breaks his jaw, and he goes flying backwards. But as he does so, he slams the spell that he was preparing down into the floor, and you all immediately recognize it as a Skybreaker that is you've been around before. And Hassan is at the back of the room going, "What the fuck is this shit?"
Oh god.
Hey, I can do that.
The ceiling breaks down into the actual water, and you hear a roar of agonizing, actual pulsing anger as you're all blown out onto ground level. Miraculously, you're all going to need to make. In fact, yeah, you're going to have to make reflex checks for me. Speed checks.
Uh-oh. This is not good for Darthus. Just one.
Just one, is it?
Darthus!
Oh, Darthus
Congratulations.
passed! Wow!
Wow.
Darthus passed!
Yay!
You're all fine. You are all fine. You're blasted to top
Who
level.
could have predicted that?
Decimus, roll a binding check on it. Doesn't have to be very high because of the roll you did before. Yeah, okay. So Decimus cocoons you in binding energy as you're flung up through the levels, and you smash through the floor, and you go careering into the air and slam into the side of the canyon, then roll back down again. And you can hear the falling pitter patter of pebbles and rocks all around you as you realise that Gormal Creddock has escaped you once again. He's gone once again, but you know exactly what he's after, and you know exactly what he's going to do with it, and you know exactly that he's going to try and stop you and your armies from reaching him by any means necessary to complete what he needs to do. That's what you take away. And as you all look to the skies and look around you, that's where we'll end the session with the eyes of the statue finally guttering out with a final cry of anguish and anger.
Okay.
Okay. So, well done. You all go up a level.
Oh, shit.
Yay.
We're level 10 now.
Yeah. So everyone is max level. And Hassan, if
Yes.
you're worried about why you don't have a crossbow, that will be answered next session. Because Bastion needs time to work.
Right.
And the ancient people of Saga didn't really have crossbows. So
It's true.
that was the thing I was trying to get around. I was like, I can't just like, here's a bazooka. Doesn't really work. So, yeah. But I did find a workaround. So.
By the way, Dean,
Yes.
a couple of sessions ago, for my personal thing, Decimus needed. Remember, if you need to learn your opposing element, you need to find someone to train you. And one of my personal things a while ago was to see if I could find someone to teach me fire magic.
Okay.
But we didn't really go over the personals much that time. I don't know if that ever happened.
Well, I will look into that. I'll look into that right now.
I mean, for the sake of teaching, it doesn't have to be something like super powerful. It just needs to
No,
be
I know.
a teacher.
Yeah. So, just a bit of news on the Saga front. As we're going, I'm writing Saga 3rd edition. And judging by the ending of this campaign, which can go in one of several ways, I've written the introduction to that now 4 times. Because the world is going to change. And you are going to change it, but we'll see how. Looking at everything else, you will be getting a letter in midweek when I go home, because I will have my PC back, yay! And I'll be sending you a full a letter via the BOD page with what is going on, but your intelligence reports. Hassan, you'll get some intelligence reports from Bastion. Shogo will be sending you all intelligence reports. Your scouts will be sending you guides, and will be sending you some reports as well about what's going on in the setting, because lots of things are happening in Asunder right now, especially with Creddock initiating the final phase of his plan. So, with that, we will promptly see you next week and do this all over again.
All right.
Yay.
Cool. All right, guys. Thanks for playing, and I'll speak to you next time.
Alright.
Night.
Bye.
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 Huh?